That's it.
We're cracking a whole bunch on this one.
Cracking a bunch because it's the 100th episode.
The 100th episode.
100 episodes of size 10, baby. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Nick Scalzone. You can find me on Instagram at Nick Scalzone Comedy.
I'm Bjorn RG. You can find me on Instagram at SkateCub.
And you can follow our podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Size 10 Podcast. And we are doing the 100th episode. We've done 100. We've done 99 previous episodes of this podcast.
Yeah, that's such a crazy thing. Like we've come such a long way.
We have. We've really bought more things to hang behind us on walls.
Dude, this podcast single-handedly has given me like a sneaker problem. I think.
It's actually come so. I mean, it's come to the point where I haven't bought a pair of sneakers in a few months because I bought too many, and I was like, I gotta save some money, dude.
I haven't stopped. I say I'm going to, and then I buy, and then something comes out or something new.
Yeah,
and I do. It's exciting, but it's interesting because like what are you at now? Just what's your number?
Number of sneakers
of like in boxes. If you were to just ballpark it.
Wait, how many teams play in March Madness, Terry?
Oh, Christ.
68, right? Because I built the bracket, and then we did half of it, and I need to build the rest of those things.
68? 64? Because it would be 16,
I think it's
32, or do
I
they
thought
have
it was
wild
68, and then there's 4 that they axe right at the beginning.
Could be.
In fact,
I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy. I do not give a fuck about college basketball. Although, the Pilots, UP, I got a homie who's working over there. Shout out to Tuck.
Did they make it to March Madness?
No.
Montana State Bobcats made it to fucking March Madness. We lost in the first round, obviously, but we made it, and we never make it that far.
I don't.
Shout out to the Bobcats.
I don't think so.
One of my alma maters. I'm wearing my other alma mater right now. Got myself a Portland State t-shirt.
Oh, that's right.
There you go.
Talk about a place with some school spirit. Portland State University. Holy hell.
I probably said this on the pod because I also graduated from the same college that you did, just like 8 years prior.
Not 8
later.
Years. You
earlier.
Graduated 2 years before I got there, so 7 years because I took a long time.
I was ballparking it, and I got pretty close. Yes, I exaggerated by 1.
If I'd taken
because I was going to say 10.
If I'd taken the correct number of years to get a 4-year degree, it would have only been 6.
Oh, but then we would still be in the same year. I took 5 too, so cheers to that. But I remember when I when I graduated, and my mom was like, we went to the store, and she's like, "Do you want any like gear to wear?" And I got a pair of socks. That's it.
You got Montana State socks?
Yep.
Oh, I'll still pick
up
a
Bobcats
t-shirt.
on the sides.
When I'm in Bozeman, I'll pick up a Bobcats t-shirt or something.
I don't know. I just wasn't like proud of it or something. I don't know.
You know what I like about it is when I'm out here, like if you meet another Montana State grad, they go nuts.
I hadn't moved out of the state yet.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
in Montana,
hell yeah, I'll rock it.
But in Montana, I like it because if there's a Grizzlies fan, then it's fun to have a Bobcats t-shirt, and they're like, "Hey, fuck the Bobcats," and you're like, "Hey, fuck the Grizzlies."
I just think
it's like
it's better when you've left. I didn't realize how it is better when you left, but my mom just asked too soon. Like I had graduated, I was still wearing the stuff, and my mom was like, "What?" She's like, "Let me buy you a Bobcat thing," and I was like, "I don't want a Bobcat thing." And so then she insisted, and I was like, "Fine. How about these socks?"
I'm giving out some $1 million ideas over here.
Yeah.
But I don't think I told this story on the show. So I grew up in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, home of Lehigh University, a very prestigious like engineering school, right?
Yeah.
And I was up in government camp one year, tearing down camp, doing walkthroughs with landlords, and I meet up with this guy, and he's like, I was wearing a Lehigh sweatshirt, and he's like, "Hey man, all right, hey, class of '88 over here. How about you, man? When'd you graduate?" And without even thinking, I was just like, "Oh, no, I'm a townie." And ever since that moment, I want and maybe I'll do it this year. I've been wanting to make merch that's like, "Oh, Bozeman townies." Or all the college towns, so like State College, Pennsylvania, townie. I live here. But do it like in the collegiate thing. And, like, do the
like
whole nine.
A whole blue and gold sweatshirt that has like the same like font. And then it just said, "Dude, I just grew up here."
Get as close as I can to the cease and desist, and then just back it off a little bit.
And it has to be for like schools where that's the whole thing going on. Like the Ducks. You could do it for Ducks and Beavers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Penn State in Portland is like, I think like 100,000 kids go there or some shit like that. Penn State.
Penn State in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and it's in the city of State College, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. It's the only thing happening there, right? Like the town is the school, right?
I think like maybe there's 100,000 and
that's a massive fucking school.
It is, and then year-round population there is 40,000. And then when they do,
that's literally like Bozeman, but if Montana State had 100,000 students, not 16,000.
Well, I mean, Bozeman is growing.
It is.
That is.
But that's a Bozeman-sized town, but with literally all of Gallatin County
2.5 times as many people
entering into the there for like 9 extra months a year. That's crazy. The place has got to be overrun with just 20-year-old morons.
Well, and then on top of that, when there's a football game.
Oh, and all the alumni come to town to tailgate?
State College, Pennsylvania quintuples its normal population.
That sounds like it would be fun as fuck.
230,000 people come
Descend
to
State College
to watch football.
Hell
and
yeah.
There's 40,000 people that live there normally.
This is a great country.
It is.
Sounds so fun.
I want to call something out really quick.
Yeah.
There is a band practicing in a space 2 places over, so sorry if you can hear some bass line.
Yeah.
I'll try to do the best I can with the audio, but...
Yeah, we did not hire a band to
No.
play music for our 100th episode.
I was going to say,
Slightly under.
They did that on their own accord.
Yeah, it's better than the chairs rolling around upstairs. But
it is. It's better. It's more in tune.
It's like, but that's fine. Also, I want to call out the fact that like Terry's not been here for several episodes.
Oh yeah, welcome back, Terry.
Welcome busy
back.
Boy.
Yeah, what were you doing? Because I want to talk about that clip that you sent me. Is where I'm kind of getting to.
Should I just? Can I pull it up?
I'm sorry. I should have mentioned it before.
It's and you can look at the Size 10 Twitter. It's on Size 10 Twitter. Basically, I took 2 weeks off of beautiful Oregon to go to Copper Mountain, Colorado, and I've done this for years and years and years. Didn't do it during COVID for obvious reasons. They didn't do it, but I announced half-pipe events for this organization that's like functionally. I always describe it as like it's Little League for skiing and snowboarding, like park skiing and park snowboarding.
So it's like the Little League of the X Games.
It is like a national amateur thing. Now, they have like an open division, and that's like the most competitive that it gets. But the only reason people really do the open division is because we put money on the line. And it's like maybe you win like $500, $1,000. I think you can qualify for like bigger events like Do Tours, X Games, shit like that.
That's true. Because I tried. I didn't qualify for this event. I tried way back when
for nationals.
Yeah.
So they do, and they do a bunch of regional events. You get points.
I was
qualify.
Like everything in my life. I swear to God, this is the story of my life. I shouldn't keep saying this. Yeah. Story of my life is I'm always like, oh, the cutoff is 5th, and I got 6th.
Yep.
So I didn't get to go to nationals.
That's what happened to me on the professional engineering exam. The cutoff was 55, and I got 45.
You know what?
No, but that's good.
So.
No, 45 is less than 55. I needed 55.
Oh, I thought you meant you got 45th. And the cutoff was 55th.
No, points.
Well,
correct answers.
I'm sorry to hear that, but maybe this yarn
okay.
will lift your spirits.
I want to. Okay.
Yeah, back to his thing.
So basically, what I do is I sit at the bottom of the half pipe and I call anywhere from 100 to 300 half pipe runs a day, and then I do a bunch of other shit too. But I get these sheets, and it says like the person's name, what series they're from, so what part of the country they're from, basically. And then when you register, there's a field, and you can enter like your sponsors, right?
Yeah.
And it's always parents that are filling it out, so it's always like, oh, hey, mom and dad, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. There's a couple kids that like do legitimately have sponsors, but then there's also like the kids that are like faking it till they make it, where they're just like Burton 32 boots, and I'm like, is that just because that's what you have? Like you bought it? Or kids that are like, they get like a crappy deal from their local sales rep.
Right.
Or they bought something at the sample sale and they're like, yeah, dude, I'm like basically sponsored. So
they're just putting it.
And then the final category is parents who like to put their business so they get free advertising.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I shouldn't say the final because there's one more, and
or
this
like
is what
a
I'll talk about.
local business probably.
Yeah, and that's
gives
what
a kid like $50.
Or they just like it. In my case, I was calling, and the funniest thing is that clip, if you pull it up, that's the second time. I got to find the first one because it's still on the internet somewhere. It was the second time that I did it, and I didn't even realize, but the short version is that this kid is really good. Had a lot of sponsors. He's from Avon, Colorado, and one of his sponsors on the list was Beaver Liquors. And I'm in the booth, and I'm just announcing, and I'm like, da-da. So the first time I called it, I was like, oh, and Beaver Liquors, like, haha, good one. Like, he won't be able to capitalize on that endorsement for another couple years, am I right? Da-da-da. Not even putting one and one together.
Yeah.
And then the second time around, I'm calling it, and I'm like, oh, Beaver Liquors and 32 boots and da-da-da-da-da. And then there's like a beat, and I'm like, I've just now realized that someone is playing a joke on the announcer, and I just started like dying in the booth. All the judges are like losing their minds, and I like crack a couple jokes about it, and then this kid is taking his run, and I'm laughing the whole time. I'm just like, all right, front side 540. Oh man, I feel like an idiot. And I'm like doing the whole nine. And then he finishes his run. That kid ended up winning, which was great. But it was like one of those moments where I said it in the clip. I'm just like, I'm fucking Ron Burgundy. Like, whatever you put in front of me, I'm just going to be like, okay. And then someone's like, whoa, dude. Like, I can't believe you said that. Like, other announcers in the past have been fired for making, like, off-color jokes, things like that. So
I had a friend who got fired. He was a judge in something. I'm going to leave it vague, but his mic was still on and he didn't realize it. And he was like, oh my God, this instructor slit my wrist or something like that. And apparently it was on the whole, like he had just like done like spoken to the group and his mic was still on. No one turned it off. And he had like said it like quietly to somebody next to him, but like straight into a microphone.
Oh, like his lapel mic was still on.
Yeah.
He just goes,
oh my God,
wrist.
this like
dude.
said the person, and then was like, and it was like slit my wrist, and they were like, they had to make an apology, and it was like not like because of it's a suicide thing. It was like a whole thing.
I'm just surprised.
And lost their job. And definitely lost their job.
The guys that I work with, this might not come as a surprise, bunch of fucking derelicts. And the ski week specifically, ski judges do not give a fuck. And they will be, so the booth used to be up on scaffolding. Now it's down. It's only like 2-3 feet off the ground. And parents are like in front of us. Like the gallery's right there.
Oh.
And judges will just straight up talk shit about some of these kids. And like, not in like a really hateful way, but it's like, yo, we have guys that like judge the Olympics. And then they come and watch 8-year-olds in a 22-foot pipe. They don't even have a half pipe at their resort. So you're just like, they'll make like the comments and they're just like, yep, this day, like today's going to fucking suck. These kids better be good. Like,
oh my God.
And I'm like, I think that guy heard you. Like,
oh my God.
But every once in a while, like that stuff will happen at this event, and like the parents hear it and they're just like, yeah, tell me about it. And we're just like, oh, you don't want to be here.
You like forget. It's like, they're right.
It's kind of like
it's like when you talk shit on a pedestrian and you forget that it's warm out and you have put the windows down and you're just like, look at this idiot walking his dog like an idiot, and they look at you and you're like, oh yeah, we're in the same world.
Yeah.
I thought this was a screen.
You're
I've
just
never
like,
said
let that light turn green. Hey, fuck you. Don't do that. That's mean.
You just gotta commit to the bit. You just gotta stare him down and be like, yeah, I'm talking about you.
Talking about you,
fucking
idiot.
asshole.
I'm alone. I'm super alone.
Who the fuck buys a dachshund? Fucking
like,
moron.
You're gonna walk your dachshund here. Walk faster, buddy. All right. Thanks, Terry, for doing that. We should get into the sneakers because we got a lot of get or forgets to get to. Oh, no. We got to do can check.
Oh, can check.
Ooh, right on it. Finger on the trigger. This is a very important celebratory episode.
Yeah, what better for the 100th episode than the champagne of beers?
So, yeah, we're going to just like pop this one, see if we get there wasn't even
listen
sound.
to that. The
Barely.
sound of quality right there is what that is.
There it is.
Nice twist off lid.
My favorite part was when Terry was like, oh, yeah, I set the bottle opener over there. And we're like, no.
Yep.
When it's $10 for a 12-pack, you don't need an opener.
No.
You say that, but I've had a lot of shitty beers where I like pull it out of the thing and I'm like, go to twist it off, and I'm like, who you fooling? Come on,
like Corona. Yeah.
Worse than Corona.
Corona's good.
But it's a
Corona
pop.
tastes like Corona.
Corona is its own thing.
I'm not gonna hate. Corona is fucking like Budweiser dressed up in a different flag.
No, Corona.
I like that.
Corona's
I
summer.
like that.
Yeah, it's exactly it's exactly what it needs to be.
I would never talk shit about Budweiser, but I'm not buying it because I can get another case for like $3 less.
Right. You're right. Anytime I've ordered Corona, I'm like, I just don't want to look like I'm drinking a Bud Light right now.
No.
No, I always get,
I want to pay more and feel better.
I don't know.
Feel like I'm on vacation.
I like a Mexican beer, like a Corona or a Pacifico with a lime in it. That's a fucking good drink.
There's a better one, and I'm gonna try to remember what it was.
Well, I'm going to talk about the flavor notes of this champagne of beers
let me know,
that I'm
I've got some
hitting
tasting
right
notes
now
as well.
Yeah,
but I wanna hear.
I didn't. We cheersed, and then I didn't take a drink because I thought that would be rude. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, what are your tasting notes on this fine quality brew? Be careful there.
I hit it hard. Woo!
You
Okay,
did.
we got
Holy
straight
hell.
to the top. Oh man, this brings me back. Like this, for some reason, this reminds me of this bowling alley in Bozeman, Montana.
Yes, Dollar High Life's on Monday.
Okay, is that why
I've been to
I
that
think
motherfucking
of
bowling alley? I love that.
whenever
bowling alley
I drink
because
this
Dollar High
what
Life's
is it
on Monday.
called? There's like, yeah.
Terry,
that,
look up the bowling alley. It's on what the hell was the one way that's just to the south of Maine?
The Bozeman Bowl?
Yeah,
that's
guaranteed.
probably it. I
Is
feel
it
like it's a really non-memorable name.
a couple blocks away from the library on the south side of Main Street.
Here's what the building looks like.
Yep,
Yep,
there
that's
she blows.
it. That's it. That's the bowling alley.
What a place.
Bozeman Bowl.
But they have like
Bozeman Bowl.
pool tables and a bar in the back, and like we would just
and gambling machines.
and we would
You
go
just
there.
described every bowling alley in the world.
No.
Did they have the Simpsons arcade game?
Yeah,
too?
dude. And then Dance Dance Revolution for some reason.
Why didn't they call it the Bowlsman?
Oh my God!
Come on, it's
the
right there.
Bowlsman.
The Bowlsman. That's not a bad name.
Dude, I would always drink this beer at that bowling alley. So
Yeah,
then now
because
that was
it
exactly where
on
it took me when I
Mondays,
hit.
It was $1.
That's why. God,
Yeah.
we're such
Even
these-
when it was probably 75 cents when you were going.
no,
there
it
with
was
fucking
$1.
inflation. You got ripped off.
It was still $1. Yeah, we would go there and drink Miller High Life, and that was where I was like, "Whoa, it's the champagne of beers." Like I'm not getting the.
You know what? I bet it's $2 High Lifes
Is
now.
it because it's like wine? It's like beer, but it gives you a headache, like
Maybe.
red wine.
It is really sweet as far as beers go. I feel like there's some sweetness to it. It's honestly never been my favorite. I've always liked the way the bottle looks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've always
And the lady with a boner.
lady with a boner. That's fun.
No, she's sitting on the moon, and I pretended like it was a boner.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always liked. I feel like the aesthetic of the bottle is great. It's an iconic shape. No other bottle is shaped like that. You know, I like that about it. The beer itself, mediocre at best.
Right.
Busch Light definitely is like a more pleasant flavor than this.
There is something that like I'm seeing the condensation on the side of the bottle, and it just like to me it's like ooh that looks refreshing just because of the
Yes.
condensation.
Condensation on the outside
many
of a clear
commercials.
bottle.
I know I've seen too many commercials that are like you thirsty,
You know where there's
you
a
up.
bar. There's a lot of bars that'll do this. Sell you a bucket of beers, but this is
Oh,
the
yeah.
one. This is a common bucket of beers beer.
It would be.
The
Like-
beautiful thing about High Life, if you're going to the right establishments, you don't need the bucket because High Life was my beer of choice when I
Oh,
lived
was
in
it?
Utah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So they sold it in the lobby of my building. We had like a little convenience store.
Oh no!
Yeah.
What else did they sell? Like just that or
bad produce, and it was
cigarettes or what?
no, it was like a
only
a
menthols.
cigarette and High Life vending machine.
Guys, please, I can only get so hard. No, it was like it was supposed to be like a very like cosmopolitan, like cool, like convenience store. So they had a bunch of like Annie's mac and cheese. It was like dressed
that's good
up.
Stuff.
But they had other beers, but High Life was the cheapest, so it's what I bought. And it was just like a 6-pack of Talls. I don't remember how much. But at the bar that I used to hang out at, the Twilight Lounge, you could get the 32-ounce bottles.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Which is like basically a bucket in a bottle. And then and the final one, I said this before the show, what I used to refer to as the ultimate skate park beer, they sold 32-ounce cans of High Life that like I have never seen another beverage come in a 32-ounce can.
Interesting.
So 2 tall boys combined.
Oh my god!
So was it kind of like a Foster's?
Dude, bigger than Foster's.
Bigger than a
Yeah,
Foster's.
Really?
It was almost a 40. But it wasn't a 40 because Steel Reserve 40s come in a can, right?
No,
do the 40s
Steel
come in a
Reserve
bottle?
comes in like in a bottle.
40 bottle.
Yeah.
The 40 bottle.
But
it's not a
Steel
can.
Reserve you can get in a big ass can.
That's a very big ass can.
Yeah, if you want to buy a giant can of Steel Reserve, which I would not recommend
I feel like that's
to
a
anyone.
24.
Those
Those cans are 24s.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
wow,
32
32 is a hell of a can.
I'm trying to find a picture. I found a picture of the can, but I want to find a picture of somebody holding the can because it's like
Okay.
it's the inverse
Sounds
of like
impressive.
when you see Andre the Giant drinking like a normal beer and you're like, oh, it's so tiny. Ha ha ha.
You're like, what?
yeah.
he
It
holding?
looks like a baby is holding a pint.
It's a quart. It's a quart of beer that you get
That's a
in one can.
Oh my
and like
God.
so
I would
1 quart. I love that they call it a quart. They're teaching you like infrequently used units of measure. They're just like, remember, a quart. There's 4 quarts in a gallon.
So much.
That's a quarter of a gallon. That's why it's called a quart.
Nick, can you do the math? What is this? 12?
12. There's 2 pints in a quart, and a pint is 16 ounces. So that is about 2.5 of those.
This is just 2.5 of these. Okay.
Yeah.
I found a bad photo. This could be better, but like this is a adult holding one.
Oh, party time.
Yeah.
That looks like a classy guy right
I mean,
there.
the best thing about a can
that guy's
like that.
for sure in Florida. Palm trees, charcoal grill, a
guy's name
giant
is-
and a big
red, white, and blue can of High Life.
This guy's name is Hoggie, Hogggie,
Shout out to
and
Hoggie.
this is post Labor Day grilling with the red, white, and blue
Yeah.
High Life 32.
Yeah, no, that man looks like
Yeah.
a good role model for most people.
I don't feel like I'm even gonna finish that one.
Yeah, you're not a big fan. Honestly, I made a nice mushroom sauce the other day where you take mushrooms and then you put bourbon in the pan, light it on fire, burn off the alcohol.
Is
and
that
then
why your
put
girlfriend
cream.
stayed over last night? Because you were gonna do that.
She got twisted off those bourbon mushrooms.
No,
You're gonna, dude.
she
Are
didn't
you
like-
doing that alone?
What, the mushroom sauce?
Yeah.
I did it
With
alone.
the-
I've done it alone a few
Not
times.
even
like, to
one
practice it.
Instagram. Just like
I've made
But
mushroom
no.
sauce
I
alone.
for sure. Yeah, I've made it alone.
we
to
are
practice.
missing out on content.
I did make it for Joanna one time, and I went way too hard on the bourbon. And when I lit it on fire, I did set the fire alarm off
Hell yeah, dude.
in my apartment, not in my whole building. Thank
That's
fuck.
good.
But it was a hell of a flame,
my God,
and I was
love
like,
that.
"Yo, I gotta put the cream in early." This shit, it was
You're fucking with me right now. All the listeners might
a
have heard
foot
me
and a
call
half.
this out.
what?
Just listeners, rewind about I don't know 1 minute, and then every time we're talking about mushroom sauce, just assume that it's dick. And you're like, yeah, get the
Mushroom
cream
sauce.
in early. We gotta get the mushroom sauce popping.
So many.
I love it.
You're just making dick jokes. See,
Yeah.
This is what happened.
I
to
work
you
blue.
Call the
I work
call
blue.
the
Yeah,
dick
you do
jokes-
work
jokes
blue.
out.
Yeah, you're gonna have to,
I will say
you're gonna have to call the adult X Games next time.
we're gonna have to change this episode to be for adult audiences only. Also for adult audiences, if you are in the market for a good Mexican beer, Victoria.
Victoria,
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
try it out. I like
Me and,
I like Mexican beers.
Me and my good Mexican friend John Castro used to drink these by the dozen.
Ooh.
They were
I
good.
will say with Mexican beers, I like a Mexican lager, like the lighter colored ones. I'm not a big like Dos Equis guy.
You would like Victoria.
I would like Victoria.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a premium. Is that like a premium Corona? It's like in the same vein as Corona, but like a step up in quality.
It's a little more flavorful. It's a Vienna style lager.
Vienna style. That's in Italy.
That's probably right.
But whatever.
I like them.
Yeah.
What were we?
I don't know what we were talking. Oh, I was saying I made a mushroom sauce.
Okay. Oh yeah.
With literal mushrooms, butter, cream, and
not
bourbon.
your dick.
And not my dick. My dick was not involved in the sauce. You guys.
It was involved after the sauce. Woo!
Yeehaw! Yep, sure was. Anyway, this has some similar flavors to my mushroom sauce, and
it does.
quite honestly,
I can't stop thinking about you being like, "You ready for the mushroom sauce, baby?"
My plan is working wonderfully over here.
Is that enough?
all right, I'll just say it. My dick tastes like Miller High Life. Back when I had that kind of flexibility, that's exactly what it tasted like.
Where do you want me to put my mushroom
triple
sauce?
LBs, so I've been away from it for a while, so it's bringing back memories.
I'll tell you what, my dick tastes like Miller High Life is a pickup line that won't get you very far in a lot of places, but it'll get you everywhere you want to be in very certain places.
Yeah, there are towns that you probably shouldn't go to, but if you do, that line will work.
I bet you that thing will crush at the Bozeman Bowl.
Bozeman Bowl, you would clean up.
I'm just trying to decide how soon it is appropriate for me to take another drink.
Oh,
like was it like immediately when you said it? I should have just been like, "Where's my?"
And then just be like, "Dude, this is
Take a
fucking
knee and
disgusting." You could.
On that point. A little too much mushroom sauce on that one.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, what are these shoes, Bjorn?
We have to talk about these. So I was gonna lie and say that I got them. I did. My partner got them because he's addicted to our podcast, and
He's
is now
turned into
going
a bigger
to more
sneakerhead
raffles
than us.
than I am.
Right.
Here's the thing: is we've gotten to the point. The last few episodes, we just did my girlfriend's shoes and your partner's shoes.
We're trying to save a little bit of money.
We bought so many shoes over the course of this podcast that by the 100th episode, we're just like, dude, who has some shoes?
Can
we need
borrow?
some shoes to talk about.
Babe, can I borrow your shoes for our really important episode?
What do you got? I need something to talk about on a Tuesday.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but we've never had the foam runners in hand before, so I'm really excited. These ones, what did we say?
These are the Stone Sage.
Why couldn't I remember that?
Because it has nothing to do. They're brown.
Those are two boring ass words that are supposed to be like.
They're supposed to somehow mean sand or tan. They're just tan.
They kind of have like a desert camo feel to them.
Yeah, they have a little bit of a marble.
There's like some marbling that's like, I like the detail, but like who's gonna know?
So they had another one. This one, it's like
wacky.
Obviously much more prominent on.
It's like that, but it's super faint.
Well, here's the thing. As a hater, I will say that they have multiple foam runners that look very similar.
Yeah,
we
they
were
all
trying to
look
find
exactly
them.
the same.
And Terry, you're like, is it this one?
At
So,
some
like-
point, I think they have a batch of this shit in a barrel somewhere, and they use some of it at a time. And then for each time, they're just like, all right, let's put a little squirt of this paint in there, and then dump some of it out. And then let's add a little of this in there.
Give it a whole new name.
But
like,
overall,
Marcus, spit in this one.
Yeah.
they
Let's
bought
see what
like,
it looks like.
I think they bought one big ass tank of this foam stuff, and they just are using that single batch with like one color mixed in
They're
each
like
time.
teaching classes and just being like, all right, students, so if you just put this color, then you have this shade of brown.
All right, so I'm dying to. Can I try these on?
Dude, try them on.
I've never worn these.
Definitely try them on. I want you to try them on too, right? You're
I wear
you're
a
a
9,
Croc
but-
guy.
Oh, actually, I just got a bunch of new Crocs when I was in Colorado.
Oh, really?
Oh, I got the fur-lined ones. I got a new pair of Reds.
Oh.
We were sponsored by Crocs.
Oh,
so
what?
Yeah, so I'm trying to determine. They really, I kind of like the texture. They've got a like a bumpy, lumpy thing under your feet. I'm gonna walk around just a little.
Yeah.
Take one lap and make up my mind.
I have a feeling I know where this is going. I thought they were really comfortable. Actually, I was like, damn it! Of course these are comfortable. They're like. They're how Crocs, how I wanted Crocs to be. It's like, let's be honest right now.
It's 100% how Crocs should be. These are just like Crocs, but softer. They're like if Crocs were 30% softer than Crocs are.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
they're like a confident Croc.
They're very confident. Too confident.
Too confident.
Confidence is a funny word to be using. Quick question.
These shoes believe in themselves.
Have either of you seen someone wearing these in the wild?
Yeah. I went to a Tyler, the Creator concert
that
a
makes
month
sense.
ago. A teenager was rocking around with these because there was nothing but teenagers there. I felt so old.
No, this is hilarious. I tried to sneak a picture of a kid riding a bike to Nick. I was like texting with him and I was like, oh my God. And I just tried to take a picture too fast. It was a blur, but I was like, this kid, it's fully raining out and this kid's wearing like the white pair of these and biking. And like one of them slipped off because he was like on his bike.
Yeah.
And I was like, buddy, like he's holding his cleats. So like those cleats are
are these supposed to be outdoor shoes?
I think they're supposed to be used like Crocs.
Yeah.
These are like maybe like a pool side.
I feel like a pool shoe, a house shoe.
This is like if you're at one of those asshole pools in Vegas that you got to pay like $50 to get into.
100%.
You're wearing these.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna arc one too, Terry.
Oh, good throw. But yeah, honestly, much more comfortable than I thought they'd be. I'm not in a hurry to buy a pair of these. In fact, I really hate the way they look, and I probably will never buy a pair of these. I do kind of want a pair of Yeezy slides at some point.
But you don't like these.
I think I would take the slides
over these.
Way over. Yeah.
They're just too dumb looking.
You know what I will say? I will say something nice about this. If you look at the sole, I don't know if you're going to be able to do this at home, but if you get like that vantage point, it just reminds me a lot of the famous book series and movie Dune.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, it's like Dune.
If they had like a little worm that came out of this, it'd be kind of sick.
It looks like the desert.
I just think that they have serious like Tyrannosaurus Rex head shape. And
if I saw you wearing this, I want to just go up to you and be like, what's your favorite dinosaur?
If I saw somebody wearing these, I would make distance between me.
I would definitely agree with you. These are they look like Jurassic fish.
Yeah.
Shoes.
It's like a fossil of some
type,
which I'm sure is like the point.
It looks like it was definitely inspired by like a dinosaur skull.
So I guess what I'm saying is
he was looking around his house and he saw his dinosaur skull and he was like,
"That's Nick Cage."
He was at Nick Cage's house and he saw his dinosaur skull and he was
honestly, that's a believable story.
You know what?
That Kanye would be at Nicolas Cage's house.
I should have told it as if that was the story. Like, let's just like spread that as a.
That's a good rumor.
Yo,
I
quick
think we
question:
should spread that.
Do they put the Adidas logo on any of the other shoes?
Yeah, it's on all the Yeezys.
It is, but just like the straightforward Adidas three-stripe triangle.
Yeah, you're right. No, they usually just say, I don't know.
I don't know if y'all can see this, but it's in like the little divot on the bottom. And that like, I feel like on the Calabasas, that would make sense. But like on these, I'm just surprised that they didn't like stylize it in like a, I don't know, freaky deaky prehistoric way.
Put bones
on these
instead.
On these ones, it just says Adidas with like the trefoil or whatever it's called right up along the toe.
Yeah.
It says Boost back here, and then it says Adidas on the sole, like the insole. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure it's got that exact same type of logo on the 700 somewhere on the sole.
Because it looks like the 700.
It does look a lot like the 700 outsole.
These
like
look
cutouts
like
and stuff.
It looks like a weird golf course or something, and these are the like bunkers.
100%. There's all those sand traps.
Yeah. I like
what
it.
Size
You got a
are
bubble in your
these are
throat.
10s?
I
They're
know.
10s.
I just took a swig
Oh my
of
God.
High Life.
Yeah.
Took a hit of mushroom sauce there. You know?
I got a little on my face.
What are you gonna do?
What are your thoughts, Terry?
I don't like them.
No.
You don't like 'em?
What?
No. Why
I thought you would be maybe like.
What don't you like about them?
Yeah.
Well, when you look at them,
No, that's not what we're testing now. They're notably ugly.
I like the Croc dimples better. These ones are
the
smaller.
dimples.
They're less pronounced, and like, so if you ordered Crocs before, like it can kind of feel like a weird little massage for your feet. I feel like this, like it just feels like textured, but it's not like.
It's a different massage. Well, I think
Yeah.
these are softer foam than the Croc, so maybe the Croc pushes back a little harder.
I can feel like more padding under like the.
It's a
contact
power
points.
bottom.
Yeah. I feel more
The
padding.
Croc is a power bottom.
The Croc is a power bottom.
This is a
That's
much
what I'm
more
trying to
passive
say.
shoe. This shoe just kind of.
This is a pretty.
This
Yeah.
shoe's happy to be there.
Yeah, it's almost just like kind of like a cross
What if we just
hatching.
were like, is this a top shoe or is this a bottom shoe? It's really soft and comfortable, so it's definitely a bottom shoe.
You could absolutely have a segment on this show where it's like top or bottom energy.
Yeah, it's like, I mean the fact that it's a Yeezy has top energy, but then the fact that it's just a piece of foam and it's just pure comfort.
I think Yeezy's
That's
power
the
bottom.
bottom.
I think Kanye West is a power bottom.
It's accommodating.
Yeah, I would agree with you actually. And I think he's like embarrassed about it, and I think
And
some
that's
of
why
that leads to his personality.
Wasn't that a thing? Hold on. Wasn't that a thing when he was dating Amber Rose? She was like, yeah, and you like my finger up your butt or something like that. And it was supposed to be like this big indictment. And everyone's just like, yeah, I don't know. That shit's kind of tight, though. Like,
Yeah, people were like, "What? That's not that far out."
if
of the
you're
mainstream."
rich and famous and that is how far
if that's
the-
that's the wackiest thing you did as
the
a
wildest.
crazy famous person,
you're a fucking saint.
Yeah,
Like,
you
Mother
literally
Teresa was
are-
into like freaky
like
shit.
he may genuinely be a Christian at that point. Like that's if that's all he's done as a extremely famous, insane person.
Well, and we've seen his dick. But
Have we?
oh yeah, Yeezy has. You didn't know about this shit?
No. Does he have a piece or not?
He's working with some meat.
him.
But no, yeah, he had some dickies that released before. It was like in the weird.
Oh wait, was that one like the stolen laptop thing?
I think so. I
Like,
don't know.
Right in like 2014, 15, 16, somewhere in that.
Now I will also be completely honest.
Wait. As a person who's seen his dick, is there any part of that?
No, these are much more like Georgia
Or
O'Keeffe to me.
is it like, oh,
They
like,
do have that,
it's
that
like,
shape right there.
it's like kind of
Yeah.
got a little point
It's a
to
little.
it.
There's a chance that Georgia O'Keeffe contributed to that shape
Yeah,
right there.
That's what I'm saying.
That right there looks.
Wouldn't that be amazing if it like came out? They're like, oh my god, you guys, you know how they made that like blobus thing that's in all these Yeezys?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yeah, it's actually his dick.
He
head.
just modeled all the shoes
Like,
after his dick.
and then they just laser cut like a bunch of and like scaled it up.
That's like the
all
most
the
plausible theory that I think I've ever heard when it
Because
comes
it's
to
just
like
like,
any sort
but
of
the
Kanye
shape is
anything.
so
It's strangely narrow on the right side.
yeah, like, what's that?
It's like, oh, weird.
Pinches your toe.
I don't know if you noticed, but all the Kanye shoes, they're left shoes. None of them go to the right. They all just bend a little bit to the left.
They're both the same direction.
I guess that would be
You're
two
like,
right
what?
feet. Yeah.
Like,
Like, oh, they put the same shoe in. Nope. My man just got a little
Well, they do.
dog leg.
They do all run a little bit small.
They
So-
run small, so
I like
you,
that.
So I would believe that they're modeled after a dick because everybody's gonna overestimate that.
Overestimate the
You're like,
size.
yeah, it says
Yeah.
9, but
It says 9, but you really gotta buy a 10.
it's really
You know.
vanity sizing.
Yeah,
We've talked about this before on the
Vanity
show.
sizing
Yeah.
in the
So-
dating profile.
That's a solid hypothesis.
So
right there.
anybody on this panel buying these shoes ever?
No.
Nick, you said you maybe, but like no.
Honestly, no. I'd buy the Yeezy slides because I think I kind of like the way they look. Then kind
I
of
think
like,
they're cool looking. I
Yeah.
seen them in the wild. Like
Yeah,
I saw
when
people
I've
in the
seen-
airport.
When I've seen people wear them in the world, I'm like, okay, those are kind of cool.
They
as slides.
you know what? They
You look a little bit like Moses, but you know, That's fun.
I think like the thing is like at this point,
I grew my hair out.
Despite the fact that I now own multiple pairs of Crocs, like I feel like Crocs are done. Like the shit, not that like I ever thought that they were like really fucking cool.
No.
But it's just like
enough people wore them ironically that now it's just annoying.
Well, and now they're just everywhere. They're like it's the Chuck Taylor of leisure footwear.
Yeah.
You know, and I think like now I'm not gonna go buy any, but the Yeezy slides I think are like that kind of like, okay, I have like somewhat cool shoes, but they're not Crocs. Like I'm just not gonna wear Crocs.
The Yeezy slides is like you're wearing fucking slides, but you pay attention to shoes.
I think with these, this is why these don't make a whole lot of sense to me. They're not particularly great as like an around the house shoe because they're fucking weird looking.
I feel like around the house is where these would shine because they're comfortable.
Yeah, but here's the thing. They are
sees you
perpetually in action mode. So like the thing that's nice about the Crocs is like, yo, you can just slip them shits on. You don't have to touch them.
You're right. That Georgia O'Keeffe shape.
Yeah.
It kind of, once you're inside, it feels good.
Like I'm not busting out the 3-foot like shoehorn to put on my quitters. You know,
takes some effort to get there. Anyway.
I'm not gonna make the next joke.
Oh, you should make the next joke. What's the next joke?
Never mind.
No, make the next joke. Make the next joke. This is a comedy podcast. If they listen this far, they're here for the next joke.
Well, then I was like, oh, maybe this is what his butt looks like. He's just trolling everybody. So he feels like
this was the most juvenile episode that we've done. I
know.
It.
Well, you guys, I was like, no, this is dumb, Bjorn. Don't say it. I should have talked about how I want to put little Croc charms in these and see what people think of that.
That would be hilarious.
Just like put some of those.
Let's
charm these babies.
You should charm the fuck
take
out of
them for a spin downtown.
I'm sorry.
We'll go get coffee.
Are you talking about gibbets? Please.
What did I say?
You said charms.
Charms.
Yeah.
But what would you? Oh yeah,
they're gibbets.
Gibbets.
Yeah.
Excuse me. The ones that I have are charms.
Yeah, I think you should charm these.
Put like a Ernie and Bert on them and stuff.
Most charming Yeezy slides.
You know what I think? I support that, and not for the reasons that you might be thinking. I support throwing some accoutrements on the Yeezy foam runners because I think that it would piss Kanye West off to a degree that is like unfathomable. You'd be like, yo, bro, like so many things have happened to you in your life, and this is what you're like.
This is the hill he's going to die on.
You killed someone because you saw them with like accessories on their Yeezy foam runners.
Yeah, I think the only thing that would piss him off more is if you then sent those to Pete Davidson and had him wear them. And Pete would definitely do that because he likes to wear really dumb shoes.
I think you're going to get Kanye in like the fucking mosquitoes like brain space if you do that. Like if he sees you with I don't know, some fucking puffball shit on there. Yeah,
you put some really ridiculous gibbets in a pair of Yeezy slides. I think
after you guys tore them apart, I have to say that I'm actually a fan of these. I like them. I was like, I put them on. They're extremely comfortable. There's not a lot of arch. That's my problem with the Crocs, is that there's a lot of arch in there, and it hurts
so maybe
my
the
foot.
fact that these are softer and kind of get out of the way helps them be more comfy to you.
Wider.
They're wide.
You just can't look at your feet. Like
they're super. That was actually one of the things. Like when you look through the holes on the side, you can see like all the room that's in there against the foot. Like when you had them on, Nick, I was just like, it looks like you have like
swimming in those.
Yeah, you have like weird little like cages around your feet. Like it's bizarre.
I love that it looks like a dinosaur. That is super cool. It does feel very as you said, both of us had only seen him in the wild on children. I didn't even think about that. It's a very juvenile shoe, and that's kind of fun. I like that. I actually like it. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it helps you. It helps you feel younger. You wear that, and you got a new spring in your step.
And it's not $300.
It isn't $300. That's true. I think resale. What is it now? $185.
You're saying $185 for size 10s.
So now they've gone down because like when we were the last time I went for a couple of these, or I went for a bunch of them, they were going for like $400. And I was like,
that would be outrageous. I would not spend that.
I mean, even 90 is kind of steep for these.
Are they 90 now retail?
Yeah, what were they before?
I think
50?
they're 80. I think he got marked up because he bought from like someone who was doing a raffle but wasn't confirmed. I think they're 80 on confirmed.
Yes. So these were 90, and they're from Dark Side Collective, that that spot that's like down the street from us
Nice.
on Burnside.
Does it say on there what they retailed at? 90. Yeah.
90.
Look at
Okay,
that.
no, they
So
did retail.
They retail for 90. Yeah. Because I was gonna say when I was doing some research before the show started, they used to retail for 75, and I think like 75 again. Aesthetic aside, I think 75 for a Yeezy, no matter what it is, you know, he could fucking scribble his name on like some, I don't know, like those bowling the things you put over your shoes in bowling when you want to go outside and smoke.
Yeah.
You can sell them for $75. So I guess my hat's off for them not gouging the market, especially when resale is like this. Because when did these get purchased?
I think Paul just bought these like a week or two ago, right?
No, they the raffle happened and then we just went and got them.
But I mean, like instantaneously, you can flip them for twice as much.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
These dropped a week ago.
Oh no, we got these like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So
That's the thing to
it'll be
me
a
where
few
I'm just
weeks for the
like, they could
podcast,
easily mark these up to like 120 and still sell out, no problem.
Oh, 100%. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's cool that they're only selling them for 80 because it's
90.
literally not even what they're worth.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're comfy. They're way more comfortable than I thought they would be. I wouldn't go so far to say they're the most comfortable thing I've ever had on my feet.
Did I say that?
No, Train on
okay.
Trash Talk Boys said that he couldn't say enough good things about these things.
I wanted to hate them.
I wanted to
then
hate them too.
I actually like them.
I think
I still don't like the way they look. And
I've gone from like a hatred to just kind of like,
Yeah, I feel like I'm there too. I'm like, I'm never gonna buy these, but I get it. I guess they're comfy.
I think also just like seeing, and we'll see some Yeezys later on, seeing like how far beyond this it can get with like more traditional materials and a price point that's like 3 times as much. It's almost like tempered my hatred for these because I'm just like, honestly, they're not the goofiest ones anymore, right? I think for a minute I looked at these and I was like, well, we've hit the new high water mark for crazy bullshit coming out of the Yeezy camp.
And then the 450 came out. And you're like, look at this shit. And then the what was it? The Knit Runner, which is these, but with like fabric around it, came out, and that looks dumb.
You know what?
I saw a pair of them in the wild.
What if that's the whole marketing thing? They're like, let's make the next thing so fucking crazy off the wall that it'll make all the previous shit look normal.
People are going to start
sensible. They're like, wow, it only has 15 holes on the side, not 150, and made of.
To some extent, that is literally what Yeezy does.
Yeah, because when
like,
350s came out,
Yeezy
people were
like,
I don't know about these, and now it's just like regular shoes.
They look so regular compared to those.
Like the 700s, and
yeah, and the 700s came out. They were crazy,
dude.
But we're to the
like
point
an album. It's like an album. It's like, you know, when you take it, you have to somehow top yourself in how crazy it is. He's doing that with sneakers, though, which is bananas.
Really does. Well, and here's what illustrates how regular some of these shoes are. I bought Joanna the Wave Runners.
I know.
And she was just like, oh, those are cool. Those are fun.
I think that's different. I think that the Wave Runners opened a door, but then also, especially with women's shoes, like once those fucking chunky Fila's and all that shit came back into vogue, the Wave Runners suddenly are just like cool contemporary shoe.
Yeah.
Like that's more of like, if you didn't have the Rachel haircut in the 90s, you had something that was similar and kind of had the same look. But no one's going to be like, you got the Rachel, didn't you? It's like, I like your hair. What'd you do to it? And that's how I feel about the Wave Runners. They are the Rachel-adjacent haircut for shoes.
Was that no bangs? Was it just no bangs?
It was like, I'll pull it up.
It was.
I'm picturing it, but I was like, did they just have no
like,
bangs? How much bangs was in the Rachel?
I think it involved some product.
How much
and maybe
how
like
much bangs?
It might have been a blow dryer was involved too. I don't know.
No, see, no bangs. That's more current. Or is that was Rachel?
That was
literally
the Rachel.
This is Jennifer Aniston.
What? Yeah, it's no bangs.
This is why all of the
like
Karens of the world have this haircut. It's because they fucking plateaued when Friends was on television. Yeah. And they're like, just keep giving me that shit. Yep, give me the little wispy blondes in the front.
That is
like
this. So
and
like
then they just started cutting it just a little bit shorter, but it's still kind of that look. Mm-hmm.
I love that they can't ever name a character Karen now on like a regular TV show.
Give it like 10 years. It'll be
You
fine.
think they
Someone
can
will do
Karen
it.
again?
Someone will do it to be edgy,
Karen's
and then it'll
just
be
done. Yeah, or they'll make it like that's like the whole thing is she's like, yeah, my name's Karen, my life is terrible, but I'm not like a Karen.
100%. That script,
let's
that screenplay has been written a few times now.
That's happened to me in real life with people. Like, I met one of my neighbors, and she's like, "Hey, my name's Karen. I know." And I was just like,
"Oh no!"
You're just
I'm
like,
sorry.
Did she have the Rachel?
You have been saddled with a burden that.
It'd be funny if she was just like, "Yeah, my name's Karen. No, it's pretty fair. I'm fairly racist.
I'm the worst.
My name's Karen, and if you have a problem with that, I'm gonna call the police.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
If you say anything about my name,
like,
I will be alerting the authorities.
I'll be alerting the authorities about a lot. I'm just, I'm a grumpy lady.
Yeah, my name's Karen. Now you fully know who I am.
Yeah. What you heard was true.
It was all true.
Believe
Don't touch
the
my
rumors.
lawn. I'm calling everyone.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Any other things about foam runners?
So these are probably gonna not be pavement princesses. They're gonna be more.
You think those are
blow the back out? Yeah. Because I already discouraged. I was like, no, I want to do an episode about them before you start wearing them out. So, like wearing them outside. Wow, this goes a long time.
Nope, same time.
That was. Oh, you just kept it going, looped it.
It
I
just
like
goes. So Paul's planning on wearing these out.
Yeah, yeah. Like
With what?
just with the dog.
I mean, outfit.
I know. Joggers.
It's joggers has got to be the answer, right?
That's all that fits on
that's
top of
it.
this, right?
This is
Joggers.
solidly in the athleisure category.
Like nothing but like Champion or Old Navy.
He's got to get a
Lululemon, maybe?
a Yeezy Gap puffy, and then some
Yeezy Gap
Lulus. Yeah,
puffy.
some Lulus,
Lululemons,
Pranas,
and then boom,
like anything.
Prada socks in these.
No, Prana, like yoga,
Prana.
yoga company. Prada socks is
Prada
good.
socks.
Basically, any high
I
fashion
was like,
brand.
I don't know, Prada. Yeah, Prada.
He needs. Paul's a high fashion guy. He should get like some Gucci sweatpants and wear it with these. He'll look.
I think he does.
He probably does. Like, I wouldn't doubt that he has Gucci sweatpants. He likes Gucci, and he makes a good amount of money, and so he deserves it.
Right, and then
he's a great American.
I've looked at some Gucci stuff, and I can't. I just can't.
It's not for you.
It's not for me, and it's also not for me because it's very expensive.
Yeah, it's stupidly expensive.
It's like I
But
don't
it's
want
for
it
Paul.
more.
Because
I know
he likes fancy things.
But it's
He's
like,
got a
but then,
fancy puppy.
What does it say? What does it say if you were to get somebody a gift and you're like, yeah, this is the only thing that I could afford at the place you like? It's like cufflinks. Does it go good in your shirt?
No,
I can't afford.
I can do better than that. It's like, hey, I know you like Gucci, so I got you a gift. It's a $25 gift certificate to the Gucci store.
Get him $150 to the Gucci
No,
store.
that'd be like giving you a $5 Starbucks card. You're like, that doesn't even cover my drink
You can
anymore.
get a drink for $5. You're like, congratulations, I got you 10% off your next purchase at the Gucci store.
Yeah, that's like the deal that you give people that you don't really care about. 10%.
That's the official like
a $5 gift card to the Gucci store. I would just put that in the trash can.
$5 is equivalent to a penny at the Gucci store.
Honestly, I
like,
wouldn't
we don't
be
even
surprised.
accept that.
I wouldn't
You're
be
like
surprised if they had like a
$5.
$5 like just surcharge. They're like, oh, you want to get a Gucci? Yeah, we get this all the time. Well, the gift card is $5, and it's like, no, I wanted like a $20 one. It's like, yeah, I heard you, but you got to give us $25
for a $20.
Because we know that you're buying the fucking card and the envelope just to leave on the dresser when you bring some fucking thotty home. So like, shut up, give us the $5 and get the fuck out of here.
Flex by having a Gucci gift card.
I think in the
Someone
grand
else wanted
scheme,
me to have Gucci products.
That would actually be the perfect con,
My
though.
mom was attempting to buy me Gucci. That's not that much of a flex.
I think in the grand scheme of ridiculous flexes, that's not even close
It's
to
not
being
the
bottom.
bottom.
Yeah.
But it's not even close. It's not it's a long way from the top. Is all I'm saying.
It feels like when someone gave me a $25 gift card to Best Buy, which I felt was like the stupidest because streaming and stuff.
Yeah.
Unless you're into gaming. I guess.
if you get $25 to Best Buy, you have new charging cords for your phone.
Yeah, you could get.
I was gonna say I could think of a variety.
You could buy cords.
Okay, bad.
I can think of one thing that I would buy at Best Buy, and it's cords.
I could get like a
$25.
phone case for the phone that came out 4 years ago in the discount rack. I could
and
get,
a cord.
Yeah, I could.
I would get a cord.
You could get like one cord.
You get like
one nice Apple brand cord,
or a
I might
monster,
even treat myself. Get the 2-meter,
or upgrade all your HDMI cords in the back of your TV.
Or
that's
monsters.
a waste of money.
No, exactly. I thought that's what we were doing.
No, I'm talking
like
about
she
good
looks
uses of a $25 Best Buy card.
Do you take people home and you're like, wait till you see behind my TV? And they're like, oh, damn, there's all monster cords.
That's what I used
what
to
are you,
do.
made of money?
That's why it took me so long to get a girlfriend, is I used to
you see
go
how
on
my
cords,
PS3 is
and
plugged
then
in?
they would leave.
No, Nick brought someone home, and they're like, I thought you said you were working with a monster. And he's like,
You're like,
Oh,
nah.
yeah.
Monster cable.
Monster
let me
cables,
slide this
baby.
entertainment console out of the way.
Yeah.
And you'll
You
see
ain't
that
never seen 4K like this.
I got everything gold plated, baby.
All gold, everything. I listened to Trinidad James,
my
baby, and I was
God.
inspired. All
Ugh.
right.
You could also just very quickly, you could get like 17 packs of Skittles in the checkout line.
Ooh, Skittles
Oh,
are
yeah.
good, dude. That's a great use of money.
It is, and they're putting the green one back.
They're putting the lime back instead of green
I
apple?
got someone sent me an article. Maybe it was just like fake or whatever, but like
If that was that's
to
too
those
bad
of you
if
guys
that
that
was
don't
fake
know,
news.
I don't know.
Bjorn,
Original
yeah.
Skittles used to have lime in it, and then in like 2013 they just swapped it out and
For
acted like
Satan's flavor.
yeah, for this terrible green apple flavor that just ruins the harmony of citrus that it was supposed to be. And now it's like got this weird dominating flavor that just doesn't make any sense, and I hate it.
I'm post green apple. I'm going on the record. I used to love green apples. Fuck green apples.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm over them.
I
Granny Smith, suck my dick.
Yeah,
Granny
get out of
Smith
here.
as an apple is a bad apple.
I used to bang with them because they were like,
the bunch.
you know what? You know what happened was they came out with those genetically modified ones, and I was like,
they
I'm on
GMO'd.
this. The Honeycrisp apple,
Ooh, Honeycrisp
Come
apples
on.
are fire. They're
Yeah.
pretty good.
especially when you ring them up as Fuji's in the self-checkout line.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, because it's it's a lot less.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
bought those
Honeycrisps
apples.
are pricey.
Doggy.
Those are my favorite.
Granny Smith has a place in the world, and it's making pie.
Yep.
You need Granny Smiths in an apple pie.
I used
Because
to-
you're dumping so much goddamn sugar in an apple pie that you kind of need that little tartness to
Mm-hmm.
kind of even that out. I made an
So
apple pie
Granny's-
in my day, dude. I know what kind of apples. to
Granny
use.
Smith, that's the green one.
Yeah.
Yep, it's
I
a
like that
tart.
one.
It's a tart
That's
apple.
that's why we're talking about it.
Yeah, because it's like I used to spiral it. We had like an apple spiraler. Oh, I can't believe I said that first try. Spiraler.
you fucked it
Try
up
it again.
The
Second time. I was
That
I was
makes
so
Marcacha.
pressed by the word that came out of my mouth.
Yeah, you
I
were
was like,
stoked there for a second.
nailed it, and then I had to
Spiraler?
tell everybody and ruin it.
It's all good.
We're proud of you.
It's actually funnier now. But anyway,
I am all over the place.
you went from just talking about an apple spiraler.
It's harder than you think.
It's a hard word to say.
Terry's gonna nail it. What you got? Apple.
Spiraler.
Oh,
Damn, I wanted him to butcher it so bad, but he did it right. Anyway.
Spiraler.
Yeah, now that's a funny thing. That's hilarious. This is.
I don't
this is why we
necessarily
get
know that
paid
I
the
got it
big
right.
bucks,
I think you
guys.
guys
So
just are gassing me up over here.
No, we might just be drinking high life.
This is one of those things like you say the word enough and it just stops making like
Yeah.
any sense in your brain.
Yeah, that was a fun thing to do when you were a kid. Just ruin a word for a
Or
day.
or when you got high for the first time.
No, I didn't do that when I was high for the first
Oh,
time.
yeah.
I was at a party and I was just like
Wait.
quiet.
Didn't you? I thought you went home and looked up meditation videos.
No, that's when I did an edible for the first time.
Oh,
When
I
I,
was gonna-
smoked the
can
first
you tell
time,
that story though?
Okay, when I did an edible the first time, I was 23, and I did they told me to take 10 milligrams, and so I did, and then I was watching the Patton Oswalt special with my buddy, and then I realized that I had no idea what he was talking about. And I kept realizing that again and again, and I was like, dude, I got to concentrate. I'm missing jokes here.
Oh, I have to rewind when I'm watching movies sometimes. I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck just happened for 5 minutes. Yeah.
So, and I didn't like it. I didn't know what to do. And then I just like was trying to focus on the special, and my mind started going in all crazy circles. And it was all just the negative shit that I didn't like about myself. And then my heart started beating out of my chest, and I was like, dude, I'm fully having a panic attack.
Like, I gotta relax.
Never had a panic attack in my life. I didn't know what to do, so I went on YouTube and I typed in, I'm having a panic attack right now. And it brought up a guided meditation of like a weird guy with a beard on like a weird, it was a bizarre video. I watched it later and almost had a panic attack for the actual video.
I'm having flashbacks. Animal flashbacks.
Oh, dude, I was back in the trenches.
Oh,
but
my God.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. I watched it. It's a 20-minute video. I watched it on a loop for like 2 to 3 hours and finally fell asleep. But I was like afraid to go to sleep because I thought my dreams were gonna be fucked up. It was a wild time, and I've never done an edible again. And I've never done any psychedelic drugs because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fight it. I'm not gonna let myself give into it. I'm gonna have a fucking bad time.
You should do it.
I shouldn't do it. I don't want to, and I shouldn't.
I don't make those recommendations.
Think it's
I'm
bad.
kidding. You
I think I'm a guy that knows himself and is like, not for me. That's where I'm at on that.
I will say after a lengthy hiatus, I have been getting very much back into hallucinogenic mushrooms again. And
they're pretty much legal here.
It never stopped me before.
Everything in Oregon is sort of legal because
I voted for it.
I had a whole mess of them because here's the fun part about growing up. You got disposable money for drugs. So like someone was like, yeah, you want to get some mushrooms? I was like, yeah, can I get an ounce? And they're like, yeah, I guess. How much? And I was like, or I asked them, and they're like, oh, I don't know, like $90. I was like, yeah, okay, here you go.
Here it
keep
is.
the 10.
I have a job.
But I had some the other night, and like I didn't freak out, but I was just like watching a movie, hanging out with Jules, and then smoked weed, and then I was like, this shit's fucking whack. I need to go to sleep. I went downstairs, was in the bathroom, brushing my teeth, and then all of a sudden I was just like, oh, fuck. I was like, I'm supposed to go to bed right now? Like, this ain't going to work.
And you were on the mushrooms, and they were, what was happening?
I mean, I could explain it to you, but it's kind of hard to appreciate if you've never done mushrooms before. It's just like
some bullshit. Tell me.
Tell me. Now I'm interested. I wasn't gonna prod, but
now I'm gonna prod. What?
Oh no, it's just like I've done mushrooms a bunch, so I was just like, fuck.
Like, what were you seeing and thinking?
Nothing. Like the thing is, mushrooms are not like when people are like, oh, dude, I took acid and I saw like pink elephants everywhere. It's more of just like a vibe. And I know that that's like the most cliche thing in the world.
No, that's fair. I've heard that a lot, that mushrooms don't make you like genuinely hallucinate things.
You will like if I was all geeked up on mushrooms right now and I looked at the wall, all the bricks are going to be moving. You know?
Interesting.
But there's no like, you're not going to like see shit. Some people do if they take like fucking wild amounts.
Like, if you eat the whole ounce or whatever.
Yeah. Oh god, that would be insane. You'd puke your guts out. For me, I was just like, I just got like I was like exhausted. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing right now? I was like, this is stupid. I was like, why did I smoke weed? This is goofy. And I brushed my teeth and went back upstairs and went to sleep. Great story, good content.
Oh man, no, that's that really
a little bit though.
I've never done that before.
Really,
that sounds like
those
a
mushrooms.
Normal routine. Like,
mushrooms are like.
Did you floss longer, or did you floss? Like, what was the floss? You just toothbrush only. Dang, no.
I'm good at
no
doing
spit
drugs
wash. No, you're just like. I feel
is
like
it
the whole
really
mouth experience you're
improves
missing
your oral
out.
hygiene?
Yeah.
Is that which drug?
You're like, dude, I took mushrooms last night, and I fucking actually water picked. I would never have done it without it.
I would say I think meth is the one that gives you the focus to do that, but it also is notably bad for your teeth.
Yeah, completely dissolves your teeth.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a wash. Like, you would floss like nobody's business, but then your teeth would fall out.
I just floss quicker.
I just love the idea of like going to the dentist and like he's like poking around. He's like, Terrence, are you experienced? And I'm just like, you got any of the gas, Doc?
Oh, my God. I love it.
All right. Well, do you boys want to take a quick break?
Yeah, let's take a little break.
We got some shoes to look at. Pulling this thing in front of my face, and I'm here to tell all the lovely listeners of this show that we're back. And we've got a 10% discount for you at bearskin.com. That's BEARSKN.com. Use promo code size10 for 10% off your order. Not just skivvies. Nope. They got the whole accessory. You still got hats?
Yeah, I got hats.
Got some hats. Got some
hats
socks.
Fit good. They're cool hats.
Extra large, too. So if you got a big old noggin, we have extra large hats.
If you're working with a monster in the penthouse, they got exactly what you're looking for.
Copy on the goddamn website.
No matter if your monster is upstairs or downstairs, we got you covered.
We got you covered.
What website is that? It's bearskin.com. BEARSKN.com. Use promo code size10 for 10% off and a free size 10 sticker. Back to the action. Let me get these fucking shoes off.
I'm so excited because it's been...
We haven't done Get It and Forget It in a while. We almost forgot.
Month. We haven't.
Oh, shit.
So I will say pretty big list because we've been out of the...
Plus, this is our 100th double episode. It's going to be a 2-hour episode.
Yeah, this is going to be a big one, but you know what? It's the 100th one, so...
You're getting your money's worth tonight,
folks.
Are you going to finish the Angels Envy?
Probably not.
Should I? No.
If you want to.
No.
But no, I'm on my second champaign of beers over here, and I really need to slow it down after that.
Cool it. Whoa, pump the brakes.
Otherwise, we're going to have to go for another hour.
Yeah.
Just so you can sober up.
We just like stop and then just keep it going and be like, all right.
I had banana bread before this. I'm not drinking on an empty stomach. You know, that's... some carbs there for the kid.
And then I'm going to buy that Taco Bell for you later.
Oh, I'm good with that.
Because I'm going to say, can you take me to Taco Bell?
Yeah, I think
Because I want to go there.
I like Taco Bell.
I will pay for whatever you want.
Okay.
Can I give you some insight?
Yeah.
They got a new menu item at Taco Bell.
Oh, what do they got?
They got
me.
You're so excited.
I'm going to order it.
It is the Fiesta Veggie Burrito.
Ooh.
It has Fiesta strips inside.
Okay.
Tortilla chips.
Okay.
It has black beans. It's a beef burrito with like guacamole, sour cream, I think.
They make guacamole at Taco Bell?
Yeah, dude. It's fucking good.
Fascinating.
They have all those there's like 5 ingredients and they put them in different things and I love it.
I found out about this when I was in Colorado and I got 2 of them and they hit the spot. And as you know from me, I'm a cheapskate. They are affordable. So get those. In the meantime, we got 8 pairs of shoes we're going to look at. Following the normal format, we're going to start things off with some Jordans. We'll get in some Yeezys and then some others. Who wants to start before I bring the shoes up? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Bjorn's going to go first.
I'd love to go first.
First pair of shoes that we're going to look at is these are the Nike Jordan 5 Low Dornbeckers. So for those of you who are big-time sneakerheads, you know that Nike has been doing this thing now for quite a while to benefit, I believe, the Dornbecker, Institute, something.
Children's Hospital.
Children's Hospital, yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, fellas, the main thing is like they let kids design the shoes.
Kids that are at the hospital.
It's kind of like a Make-A-Wish thing. So they have a lot of them have terminal cancer and stuff. And I watched a documentary on like Netflix or something about the Dornbecker thing, or it was just YouTube. I don't even know where it was. It was on my TV, you guys, and I watched it.
Good enough.
Yeah. And so here it comes. They would have designers though work with the kids, and that's why it's so sick because they're like they'll take like one of their drawings and like put it on the heel. I'm sure that's one of those kids' drawings, and it looks like one of my drawings. They're like, oh, what are the things that you like? And they like ask them that, and they make a really cohesive shoe. I really like what they're.
Yeah, a lot of them look really good. These included.
So what I'll say is my understanding is that they will make like one of them, and they auction that off for like just ridiculous money.
Yeah.
And then it seems like, I don't know if they've done this before, but they're doing these just as like a release shoe. So they auction off the one. I'm sure it's like got something special about it that's going to make it worth $1 billion, forever. But these are going to be released like through the normal channels on the app.
I've never seen a Dornbecker release. It's usually like limited or friends and family, and like so they're worth just crazy amounts. Like when we saw that girl wearing a pair up in Vancouver, and we were just like, "What are you doing?" Did we ever tell that story?
Yeah, sort of. I think we did. Like they were mean
were we
to
about
Paul.
to getting in a fight just because he
They're
complimented
probably fake.
her like really expensive sneakers?
Yeah, I don't think they make just a single pair, but they're extremely limited.
Yeah, and I
don't really know how
track
many
this
they
down.
make.
They raise like disgusting amounts of money. It says like $30 million for the hospital.
That's cool.
over the last 2 decades of doing this.
Yeah.
They will
sell an
see
NFT photo of it.
Yeah, that'll be the
they
next
will
double
release
there.
these on sneakers. So that's what it says. Like they went up for auction. We'll see sneakers released in the coming weeks. They have, you know what? We'll just to set the tone. We'll kind of scroll through these real quick. They have like a blazer that they made.
This is this year, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh,
It's glow in the dark. That's
yeah.
neat.
I didn't realize they were going to show all these detail shots.
They're usually like,
like a very like quarter snacks zebra dunk. If y'all remember the last like quarter snacks dunk that came out,
and they make them a little weirder. I like that where they like really go for it.
So, these are fucking cool. These
DNA.
Janowskis are they get some dressing, like you were saying, Bjorn, with like drawings, yada yada. Anyway, enough about that. Back to these. So the 5 lows, and I'll give you a couple different views. Here's the side. A couple things. I will call this out because I've talked about it a million times. I always keep referring to like that little flare on the 5 as like the shark's fin or the shark's tooth. They put a fucking eye on the shoe, so it looks.
I love that on the inside.
Yeah,
yep.
That's cool.
Or is it,
I believe that's like the inside of the right shoe. Yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
then
Kind of.
Here's some more. You got a little hourglass on the bottom. One thing that wasn't included on this is you can see the skull that's on the tongue for those of you who are watching on YouTube.
Is it
or any of the other videos? Yeah, and you get a variety of them. I didn't include that in the little slideshow here. But they got a good variety. So Bjorn, kick things off. Dornbecker 5 lows. What do you think?
First of all, I love the 5 low. I like the 5 because I'm wearing a pair. But I like the 5 low. I've only worn the 5 low in the golf, and I was like really wishing it was a regular shoe because I really do like the fit of it. It's a really versatile shoe. It's got like the classic things. I love that they kept the bomber aesthetic. I love that it reminds me of Discovery Zone, which was this place I went for birthdays as a child, and you jumped in a bunch of ball pits, which there's no ball pits anymore. But thanks, COVID, like ruining that.
Honestly, they had to go.
They needed to go. But I love these so much. I really like so many things about them. They're really wild. They've got like noodles. There's like this like drippy like noodles, and I loved macaroni and cheese, so I assume that's what it is, even though it's in purple.
Dude,
are you talking about on the toe?
Good,
no, but like the little on the toe. They're like
it's
like a little macaroni with
those are
cheese.
macaroni and cheese.
It kind of looks like a
Looks like
paisley.
Kraft, dude. That's fire. Is what
but then
that
he's
is.
got it on the toe hook thing.
It's macaroni and cheese
Let
on
me
the
see
toe.
if I can. I don't know if I've
love
never
it.
tried doing this before.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, wrong window.
I don't know if it.
Nope, I can't zoom in on this.
It's so on the toe. It's just like this all over print of noodles.
Yeah.
It's really sick. I love that they have the eye. I love that little skull. That's so sick to me that it's like on a Jordan because it's still really clean at the same time. And then they added these little elements that make it wild and unique, and it would just be like a really cool shoe to me to have.
So here's your detail shot.
Oh, hey, cool, yeah.
Ooh, good
Isn't
stuff.
that cool with the noodle? I like the
I will say I'm not a fan of dripping things, and I still am not a fan of it dripping there. But
well, yeah. So there's also that noodle on the lace, right?
The noodle on the lace is dripping in cheese.
Yeah.
And the noodles on the.
But you know what? I am a fan of macaroni and cheese from a
dry
box.
noodle. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Bjorn. What are your thoughts on this?
It's a get it.
Okay.
100%.
Get it for Bjorn? How about you?
Yeah,
Nick?
this is a get it. This is awesome. This is the best. This is the best Jordan 5 I've seen in a long time. I think this is the first Jordan 5 low that I've seen that I was like, oh yeah, that's fucking awesome. I like it.
I just love that element of it. Just like It's got some wacky stuff
honestly,
on it,
like one of my
but then it's on a kind of serious sneaker.
Of the Dornbeckers that I've seen, this is maybe my favorite one.
This one's super cool.
I really
Club on the side.
Yeah, they really did a good job on the execution here. This is a good shoe.
Well, I hate to rain on the parade.
No.
So there's a lot of things that I like about this shoe. I love the eye, right? The eye on the side of the shoe. I think it taps into the thing I've talked about on, I don't know, countless amounts of episodes. I love the skull. I like the drawing, the hourglass on the bottom. It's all very cool. I gotta forget it because straight up, I'd not wear these shoes. Like, this is I like the concept. I like the backstory. I like everything about it. But even scanning through a couple of those other ones, I'm not in the same boat as you, and that's fine. I respect your opinion. But there's other Dornbeckers from this year that I'd rather have instead of these. MSRP is going to be $200 if you can get them on the sneakers app. I don't know what quantity is. I don't know.
It's going to be low. These are going to be hard to get.
For sure. But I mean, just the fact that you can even get them now is
cool.
Pretty noteworthy. We're going to stay with Jordan. We're going to go to a 1, and we're going to get into the Nike Jordan stash. So, for those of you who are not looking at the screen right now, the Jordan 1 stash is basically an all-black Jordan with the exception of a white sole, and then there's like...
It's got a fanny pack on.
It's
wearing a fanny
It's got a saddlebag on the side, and then it's got a backpack on the back. Like, if you're familiar with, like, cycling, people make, like, saddlebags that, like, hook to the rails of your seat. Kind of reminds me of those. It has, I will say this, it has some good contrast between like a black swoosh and the black Jordan logo and the rest of the shoe. So it doesn't just kind of turn into that like black void. There's a couple orange hits with some of the toggles for where the bags attach. But we'll do this. We'll go opposite this time. Nick.
Nike evidently knows that I've decided I really need to be on a budget, and they've made it really easy for me to not buy shoes. These suck. They're dumb. I don't need a shoe with a fanny pack or saddlebags or whatever those are. No, why would anybody wear this? This is bad and ugly, and I hate it. And yeah, obviously forget it. This is the worst. This is the worst shoe I've seen in a while. This is not good.
Okay. Bjorn, do you feel the same way?
I feel like this is the kind of shoe that, like, if you're a photographer, like, I bet this happened. Like, if you work for Nike and you're just like, oh, I fucking hate Mondays, and you show up, they're like, all right, can you shoot these? And
yeah, we got the stash for you.
It's just like, oh, do you want me to shoot it with like? It just is like, this seems like the worst. The photos were probably black, and then they just had to sit in there and just like color in, and like, oh, these would be a nightmare to shoot. That's all I'm thinking about, of like, how do you take those photos? I don't know. I don't like them, but like Nick did like them or didn't like them, so I feel like I need to like them.
I think you should speak.
I should speak
Here's
your
the thing.
truth.
Here's the truth. I am not a fan at all.
Yeah,
I
agreed
the leg
with you
fanny
on the
pack
Dornbeckers. You can agree with
moment.
me on these.
It does call attention to the fact that these sneakers are too tall. If you can fit a fucking backpack on the back of them, they maybe need to cut it down a little bit. What are you gonna keep in there? You're just gonna get that stuff dirty? Like, yeah, like what are you gonna put your credit cards?
It's not the place to keep your possessions.
Or your weed. Or like my phone.
Your weed will get muddy. I don't even like weed, but I definitely don't like it if it's fucking muddy.
It'd be funny if they had like and it fits your phone. Like, we're not going to put our phones
Yeah, so that someone can accidentally kick your phone. This is a bad idea. Whoever had this idea, have better ideas next time.
I feel like Nike needs to follow this up with like videos of like, hey guys, what are you putting in your Nikes?
Yeah, they need to pay off some dumb influencers to be like, hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you
how
what
many
you can put in your shoes. But
in
first, hit the bell icon, like, and subscribe for more content.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be like,
marbles in it.
So I put my AirPods in the right side and my trendy Apple Watch in the other side. And what did everybody have on the back? Something else that everybody has on the internet.
Right.
Yeah, that's annoying. I hate it.
Your headphones.
Sorry, I'm back to hating it. It's
But
so
it does. But the
fucking
pocket
dumb.
drains. It does have a drain.
Oh,
so you get
good.
moisture in there. There's like the holes on the bottom of the pocket.
Guess what? That's a problem you don't need to solve if you just don't have this idea.
So forget it. Sorry.
I'm like, say the words. Say the fucking words.
We're just having too much fun.
Yeah. Well.
What do you think, Terry?
Here's what I will say. I think that it's done well. I don't know if that is a success. No. Like,
I like that.
I think when you look at this third one, you look at the branding on the back of these backpacks. So I will say a couple things very quickly. They do detach, which is a good feature. You can take these off. I think my qualms with this, I would not wear these. But we know that get it or forget it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to go buy them. I do think there's a couple interesting touches that maybe we didn't realize. The swooshes on the bag. I don't know what happens.
If you were to take those bags off.
Yeah, or at least it appears to be that way. My main beef with this is just that it's like an all black like upper. There's not a lot of.
There's no contrast.
Yeah. I don't think I have the vitriol that y'all have, and I will say I do find it particularly intriguing that two of the people on this show who are constantly talking about how fashion doesn't need to be pragmatic are like, what are you going to put in there? So
Terry, that was for fun.
I am I am wearing cargos technically right now. I don't have anything in the cargo pockets. I will not be wearing these. They are forget it. Duh, no kidding. $175 is the retail, and I think the weirdest thing is that, like, they're not such a big whiff in my mind. I just think the application was done poorly. I think that maybe with a different model, like if these were Blazers, would it be any better? If these were like some other high top, I'm not wild about ones.
I mean, the first shoe to kind of do this was that Travis Scott 6.
Yeah.
That had the little bag on the side of it.
There's been many shoes that have had stash pockets.
Okay, well, the most recent one that I know of was that one. And honestly, it was dumb on that too.
Yeah, no. I think that stash pockets across the board, it's just the cargo or the cargo pants of shoes. Like,
let's stick with cargo short. It's bad.
Well, cargo short. Let's move on. We got a lot of shoes.
Keep going.
We're going to stay in Jordan, but this is going to be something that's a little different. We talked about this model in the past. These are the Zion 1s. So Nike did either of you, Bjorn, I think we're too old for this. Nick, did you ever watch Naruto? Is that how you say it?
No, I never watched that. I think I know what that is.
Naruto is like a popular anime series that was like on... Not Cartoon Network. I don't fucking know.
Nick Jr. or some shit.
It's. I will say this about Naruto. And hopefully I'm saying this right. If not, I don't know.
I think that's
fucking hobby.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll show you a couple angles of these, and while I'm doing this, I will say that like there's a lot of really cool. What do I want to say? Like art aesthetic. That came from this show. There's a lot of things that I saw in like contemporary society, and I was like, what is that? And they're like, oh, that's like some character from Naruto's jacket. And I'm like, oh, a lot of NBA guys, like especially the younger guys,
that's interesting.
will wear shit from this show. Like it's kind of the way, like Bjorn, like how our generation was like really into SpongeBob. It's like that.
Okay, where you were like, you were kind of too old for it, but like not.
No. I just think it like connected
SpongeBob,
with an audience that like as like anime kind of got more like socially acceptable to be into. Like there's kids like if you ever seen the kids do like the Naruto run where they put their arms behind them.
Oh, wasn't that was the thing with the aliens thing? Remember when those goofballs like a few years ago decided to raid Area 51?
Yeah, Area 51.
And they kept making Naruto run jokes.
Yep. Yeah.
That's where that's what I remember.
So I think like
from.
Naruto's like a big part of like the pop culture zeitgeist for the last 15 years.
Yeah,
I just think that we like kind of phased out of it. Anyway, I'm going to start things off. So with and there's a name that is Kyubi, probably relevant to the show. There's also like a whole capsule of merch that they did with this. So they have like shirts that match, the whole nine. I think that these, like, if you don't know anything about the show, anything about what this is a reference to, I think that they're just good-looking shoes. Like, the color palette is definitely outside of my norm, but I think that, like, the balance is good. All the colors work really well together. I think the Zion 1 is, like, a cool-looking basketball shoe that doesn't necessarily fall into the same traps that a lot of other contemporary basketball shoes do. And the final thing I'll say about these is, like, these dots that are on the toe and on the side play really well with that Z that's on there. That's part of the shoe all the time. The dots are not. So I think that's cool. And then also the final thing is, like, the lace, the eyelets on the front being, like, that little kind of, like, red, white tape. I think that's cool. These are a get it for me. Bjorn, what about you?
You really sold me on it. I was like, it's like hard no, and then just like softened. I don't know. To me, it kind of just looks like somebody who works at like a taco stand, and they drop some of the stickers on their shoes, and mustard and ketchup, and they've just stepped in it, and they're just in their work shoes, and then they went and played basketball. I like it though. Like, all that being said, I like these hot dog worker shoes.
I'll throw this in too. Sorry, like the black works really
It
well
does.
with all of these colors.
I appreciate it not knowing this stuff, and then I appreciate it more knowing this stuff. And I do like how it is a subtle nod. It's not like, it doesn't feel like a children's shoe, because sometimes if you like do too much of that collab stuff, it's like, this is just an adult children's shoe.
Yeah,
you know?
Well, when we think about, like, we were looking when Clancy was on, we were looking at like the Cars shit,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and it's like so just like kid.
Totally.
And this is something that, like, and I think again when I talk about like NBA guys that are like really into Naruto, I could see them playing these, and like that is wild to me. Where it's just like, we made this thing with a cartoon, and like these dudes are running it on the court.
Yeah.
So Bjorn, where are you at?
To get it. I like
Get it. Nick, what about you?
I agree with you guys on the color palette. I love the color palette, the design. The dot kind of looks to me like a tropical fish. You know how there's tropical fish that have the great big spot on them to make it look like an eye, so they look bigger than they are? Or like a tropical bird. There's like species of animals that have a big spot on them to scare off predators. Like, that's cool. I love the color palette. The black looks so cool with those colors. I would never wear this. It's not my style. You know, it is still a contemporary basketball shoe, and it's like, that's not even close to something I would wear.
Even with that heel poking out like it does on a lot of Adidas's, this is a very Adidas feeling silhouette.
It does have a big...
I have a pair of Zions.
It looks kind of like the Dames, but I don't really like those either. Like, I wouldn't wear those either. So this is forget it for me. But I do appreciate it. I think it's well done. It's not for me.
Well, I'll tell you how much they're going to retail for in a second, because guess what? We got more colors to look at. What do you think about the black and white ones with red accents and the Jumpman on both of the shoes? For those who can't see this is kind of like a ebony ivory, like Oreo, like one shoe. They do kind of like a palette swap. Like the toe and the sole is white on one with black dots, and then the upper and like kind of the cuff around the ankle is all black, and then on the other one they inverted it. So I'll say for me, I think this is like less than or equal to the ones that we just looked at. I think if I saw somebody walk into a gym wearing these, I'd be like, yo, those are fucking sick. Like, I don't know. I'd probably be more inclined to wear these than the other ones, but I like the other ones better in kind of like concept. And we'll go reverse order. So, Nick, black and white, change anything for you?
Nah, I agree with you. I like these a little less than the orange ones. I think the orange ones are a nicer looking design than these. These are fun. They're goofy, but nah.
Forget it for Nick. Bjorn?
Yo, I actually like these more than the orange, which is crazy because orange is my favorite color, typically. But I like these a lot. I think these are sick. They're definitely a get it for me.
Well, guess what? that ain't it, because we got more.
Oh, shit.
Now we've got, and I think they probably have different names for all these, but these are like all kind of red and black and like a little kind of reddish orange on the Z on the side. So the sole has some like kind of just classic court red, not super bright, almost looks like a little matte finish. And then there's like a reddish camo around the back of the heel. And we're going to invert it again. Bjorn, you were just talking about how much you like orange.
I mean, I like these two. I like them as well. These are, I'll just say, get it.
Get it across the board on all the Naruto,
all the
Zions. Nick.
Whole collection.
These are the worst of the three.
Forget it on the last. And you know what?
Oh.
These are like, to me, and this is not like a scathing indictment, these more so than the other ones look like Payless.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the other ones
They're
have like
too busy. These, I don't like that mottled, that whatever that is with the black and red on the back.
Uh-huh.
That
the kind of, it almost looks like a tiger stripe camo or something.
It's too busy. It looked like they tried to have too much going on to make it feel cool or something.
Blood.
Oh, is it? Cool.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're not going to bleed you dry on these because they're $130 across the board.
It's not
so
bad.
We called that out when we talked about the Zions in previous episodes.
He bought a pair of them.
I have a pair.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
The camo ones.
I actually said
here.
no. I said I didn't like them, and then I was at the just the Nike store, and I put them on my feet, and I was like, oh, these are super comfortable because they're like this kind of bottom on them and stuff. I don't know. And then I bought them, but they were like super on sale, and I could coupon stack. I got them for like $17 or something, like ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably buy any of the shoes that we just looked at for less than $70 as a court shoe. Like play volleyball in them.
Mm-hmm.
Be sick. Ones that I'm not going to play volleyball in. Next up, Yeezy 500s in Granite. So we didn't get a lot of photos with these. I will say if you
that's enough. We know what they look like.
Yeah, they're gray. They're Yeezy. I will say
they're brown and gray and other kinds of gray and brown.
There are a little bit of accents of like what looks to be like kind of a bluish gray. Around that mesh,
really reaching into the palette of gray.
Really
hey, you know
showing
what?
The diversity of gray.
Listen, I'm right there with you. I think the limited palette when it comes to the Yeezy, portfolio.
Yeah,
Yeezy,
the earth tone thing.
100 shades of gray.
Yeah.
Let's start with Bjorn on this. Yeezy 500 Granite.
I hear they're comfortable, but no way.
Forget it for Bjorn. Nick?
I've never been a Yeezy 500 fan, and these are not changing anything. I will say they're one of the better colorways of the 500, but that's not high praise.
No.
You know, like I like the different shades. It's better than just a single shade of brown or black or brown or brown. But like
the mesh just makes it look cheap. What are they? $300 too?
No, I think they're like $200. They don't even have boost in them, but I don't care. I'm not getting them. It's definitely a forget it. I'm not a 500s guy. I've never liked them, and I still don't.
I will say 500s are definitely an acquired taste.
Oh, the Terry has acquired.
I wouldn't go that far. I think that these like it's a get it for me. I'm not. But they don't. You know what? Maybe this is a callback to what we were saying before. Like these don't look crazy to me anymore.
Right.
And I think with this colorway, I do like. This is going to be kind of a weird pull. Have you ever seen photos of like the Cascade mountain ranges and like the way that like the hills kind of like layer on each other?
Yeah.
And as it goes farther away, the light changes. That's what this kind of looks like to me.
On the side there. I can see that.
I get that. No, it's a good colorway.
I think it's like
colorways of this shoe go.
It's less drab. There's more, even though it's not a lot of contrast. There's more contrast on this than there is on a lot of fucking Yeezys. And I'm wearing fucking Keen hiking boots right now. From the top down view, that's like a lot of shoes look like this. So I am a get it.
I think you should genuinely get these, Terry. I think of all the Yeezys, the 500 is the one that most fits your
Yeah.
personality.
210, not gonna happen.
Oh wow, up from 200. Fucking inflation.
And you know what? It's like I think I like these on my screen. In person, I bet you that mesh is puffy. You know, it's probably got
it
like
reminds me of like a computer chair.
Yeah.
You
and
know, which really speaks to class.
Nothing like an office chair to really
like the reminder of the office of where you're gonna wear these two.
I do legitimately want to see what these are like in person because I got a feeling like if they were a little more sleek, then maybe I'd be closer. But I got a feeling that they're gonna be like big, puffy. Yeah. So. Anyway, but like,
wide.
Did not think when I pulled these up when I was preparing for today, I was like, holy shit. I think I might actually like these.
That's awesome.
But let's get a little bit of a palate cleanse here.
It.
Next up, Yeezy basketball knit in the reflective colorway.
It looks like the screen broke. Like it got hit by like a baseball.
It honestly,
it looks like
when
a
you
cracked
break a
screen.
TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you all remember
the
like
Patriots lost and Dad got mad.
I was playing Wii bowling and I forgot to put the wrist strap on. Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Go ahead, take it away, Nick. Yeezy
Honestly,
basketball knits.
I like the colorway. I like the knit on these. The knit is cool. That blue is fun. And I hate the Yeezy basketball silhouettes. There's no way I would ever wear these. These are forget it. These are not that cool. But I like that color. I like that blue. That's fun.
Are these out yet? Do you know?
I haven't seen them drop or anything.
Okay, because I
don't
saw
think so.
on the thing it was like, oh yeah, February 18th, and then there was
They
another
might
thing
be.
that said like May something, and I was like,
Yeah,
eh,
probably
I think it's May.
Production.
I forget.
Supply
Some
chain.
of these things did drop unconfirmed in
Mhm.
the last couple months.
Not this one because
They had a couple.
I don't want to spoil
There
what
are
I'm
a
about
couple
to
of whack
say.
shoes that dropped unconfirmed.
I'm gonna make you
Anyway.
wait, Bjorn.
All right,
So let's go.
What you got?
Well, no, so Nick was a forget
I
it.
was a forget it.
I was a forget
I'm very intrigued by that blue.
That's a good
Right?
blue.
I also think that, and we were kind of cracking jokes about like what they look like on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
That black upper that looks like the ankle brace that a lot of people wear when they
Mhm.
play sports.
Hell yeah.
I don't dislike it. I'm not sure if I like it, but I think it's intriguing. And I'm curious, like, if they made this shoe in just a straight black, like, have they done that?
I don't think so.
They did it in like a red.
There's a regular basketball, but they haven't.
That's a low.
The basketball knit is like a new thing.
I'm legitimately curious, like, if they would kind of pump the brakes a little bit on the out there aesthetic, would this be an interesting, like, cool-looking shoe if it was, like, black and grays or black and white?
It looks like a cartoon wrestling shoe.
So
yeah.
after us whining about Yeezy having a boring color palette, you're like, this one's going a little too far. Let's
Well,
rein
no.
it back
I
in.
think if this was all that blue, I think
Yeah.
it would be sick.
Ooh, yeah, I agree.
If it was like that aquamarine, because like, and it's also hard to tell because the blue has like
Honestly,
this
the
weird like
colorway-
staticky thing.
I
the
bet it's
colorway
like a
is not my issue with
like
this
a
shoe. I love
sponge.
the colorway.
Yeah.
I just don't really like the aesthetic. I don't like that big high sock thing on this. It's got a little bit of like it's trying to be the Balenciaga sock shoe, which honestly is a stupid looking shoe that I would only buy if I had outrageous money and wanted to troll people by wearing a stupid looking shoe.
Okay.
But like this to me has some
And
vibes like that.
Nick, you could pull it off.
Yeah, 100%. I would do it
Motherfuckers.
for fun.
I'm gonna forget it on the basketball Knicks. Bjorn, what do you think as
my
a
God.
aficionado of the high-end fashion sock shoes?
Thank you for asking. These are sick. I love that color. I like when they take risks with it because if I'm gonna wear something just like outlandish, I want it to shine so people look at it. And this looks like it shines.
It's reflective, so
It
I
is,
would hope
and it's
so.
like it kind of is like a poor man's Balenciaga at probably $300.
You know what? I don't have the price here.
Oh.
I bet you it's 300 though.
Probably 300.
The basketball ones tend to run pretty high, 250 to 300. I would.
Yeah.
guess.
But they always sit. They're like the thing's over. There's some available still.
Yeah, these things always sit on the shelf.
But I don't know about these ones. These ones are pretty shiny and
these could go either way. These could either sell out or these could be a brick.
You look down, it looks like you're falling into a new dimension.
The top-down view is way more intriguing than the side view too for me, which is strange.
Yeah, if you just gave me side view, it just
I also said I said that about the last ones too. What is it about like the Yeezy top-down now that
I don't know. It's very phallic though, because it's like kind of veiny looking, and
it's got the Snickers twist on it.
Well, no, but even top down, there's like this.
Yeah,
the way they did the black
in there. You're right.
Oh, see, there you go. That's
more of the indication of the
Yeezy's
shape.
He's working with a monster.
Yes, monster. He's working with.
Why do you think he called the song Monster?
Yeah, I like it.
So Bjorn,
just I get it. I like it. There's kind of even like a little.
What
bit
were
of
you gonna say though?
thing.
You had some big.
Oh, I was just gonna say that. I liked
you
it.
like it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was. What I was
I thought for a second you were gonna be like, actually, it was on the confirmed app, and actually,
big news, everyone.
Big W for old
here.
Bjorn.
Daddy Bjorn over here.
All right, next shoe. 6 of 8 coming up. This is a big W, I think, for not just fans of these shoes, but also the French country. These are the Adidas NMDs, the V3s. So is this a new kind of like...
Yeah, I've never
I
seen
think
that.
this is a
model.
new NMD colorway.
Well, but I mean, like, is there adjustments?
Or model,
yeah. So
it's a little different.
They've like punched up the shoe a little bit. So for the folks who aren't looking,
they
have like
new
some
NMD.
They have some translucent panels on the side, so it does have the blue and red that the NMD is kind of like known for. It's their little accent color. And it does another thing that the NMD does. They wrap the color like from the bottom of the sole up along the side of the sole, not quite as high as they have on other models in the past. But for the most part, the shoe is almost entirely white with like very subdued, kind of glossed over color hits, except for on the toe. The toe has like some clear blue. Nick, what do you think?
Honestly, I kind of like it. My first glance at it, I was like, nah, skip it. But I kind of like it. It's kind of fun. It's a very good if you're going to something where it would be good to wear an all white shoe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like some kind of outdoor, like summertime garden party type of
If
bullshit.
I had like a linen white outfit,
Yep.
And you paired it with this.
This is like a garden party.
Like, all right, I gotta wear this linen outfit.
Like
what am I gonna put on my feet?
Like if you want to go wine tasting, but you want some low key heat for wine tasting. I feel like this until you spill wine on it is a nice white shoe that would look great at a vineyard. And so for that reason, this is a get it. I think this is class, and I would rep this all
Get
day.
it for Nick on the V3s. Bjorn, what about you?
I'm gonna make it quick. I think it's a dumb shoe. I hate the shoe so much. I don't like the NMD. So why would I like the third version of it? And then you're gonna give me an all white sneaker. The second I take that out of the box, I had to pull dog hair off this before we went to.
That will be a brown.
That will be
sneaker.
a brown or spotted, and I got no. Forget it.
Okay. I have gone on record as saying like I fuck with the NMD. I don't own any. I think it's probably just a matter of time until I get an employee pass.
I could show you how to get one.
It's the last thing I need right now. Let's be honest. I'm very torn on this because I think I agree. I want to agree with you, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that there's a little too much color on this for it to be like that kind of dressed up white sneaker.
It's like a hype beast white sneaker.
I like the kind of translucent aspects of it. It looks
like neon.
It's like looking at
neon
it's like
pops.
looking at like a tail light in the rain or something, you know?
Yeah.
I do love the sole, and I think that it's interesting. So these are not Boost, or they are?
They are Boost.
They're Boost.
So they just like are now wrapping the Boost, because I think if we're going to be talking about like how dirty the shoes can get, the sole looks like a straightforward sneaker sole. So you're not going to worry so much about like that stuff just sucking up dirt and grime.
They look like they would fit like an NMD.
Yeah.
So they feel like a flat shoe with a little bit of cushion. They're not the most comfortable. They're pretty floppy. I've got a pair. I'll bring them in.
I was gonna say, yeah, I've never put them on my foot before. I guess you know what I'm gonna say forget it because it's not like a screaming yes. And I think if I'm gonna get an NMD, there's other ones that I like the look of better. These are gonna be $160. I'm not sure if that's an up in price now that they've gone to the V3.
It's about the same.
But
yeah, I think it's at least $10 or $20 more than they usually were. But
it's very close for me. But it's just not like a little too much color and I can't quite put my finger on it. Anyway, on to the next shoe. Bjorn, I think you have a pair of these. Do you have Griffies? Did you have a pair?
I did have a pair. They were too narrow.
Yeah. So these are the Griffey Max ones in a wheat colorway. So
Size
it's like
up.
it's a white sole with a very kind of like classic wheat nubuck, whatever you want to call it.
It's like the Wheaties box, right?
No, Wheaties box is bright orange.
Yeah, these are just a brown shoe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just getting Wheaties box. Maybe the W on the Wheaties box.
It has the Griffey strap on it, and then on the inside of the shoe. This is kind of interesting. Look at that N. What does it remind you of?
New Balance.
Bingo. It looks like a New Balance shoe on the inside, kind of.
Oh, I love that.
And then a couple other things I want to call out real quick. They have swooshes. I've talked about this in the past. Nike loves putting swooshes on the toe now.
On the tongue. Like
but they have big ones that are
Yeah.
on kind of like the 3/4 panel of the front of your foot.
Mm.
And then on the back, they have two swooshes that are straight vertical. Like it looks like a golf club.
It does.
And
It's kind of funny. I like it.
We got the air unit, the whole nine. We'll go Bjorn as a former owner of the Griffey Maxes. What do you think?
There's a lot. I love these shoes. I do like I'm like even these ones. I'm like looking at I like how they're done. I like how wild and weird it is. It kind of feels like it almost looks like a snowboard boot made out of like an Air Max or something, like an Air Max snowboard boot to me.
Mm-hmm.
I do really like them. I hated them on my feet. I know that I don't like how they feel, but I love the strap and the like weird. I like all of those little details of this, but this would be like a wall sneaker if I got it. Like I wouldn't even wear it because it hurt my feet. And size up if you do buy a pair. But for that reason, it is a forget it.
Nick.
This is one of the better colorways of this that I've seen. I don't like this silhouette. I feel like it's kind of gaudy and like.
Yeah,
it's too bulky and gaudy
Super
for me.
chunky for sure.
It's like way too chunky. Like I know it would look stupid on me. Like there's no way I would be able to wear this. Like
was Griffey a juicer?
No.
Dang.
I know he played baseball. That's all I know about him.
I couldn't remember if he was one.
No,
of
Anyway.
those guys.
Yeah, he was more of a agility guy. Like all those dudes
Yeah,
that were
good for
roided
him.
up. Yeah, they were just hitting dingers.
But I like the colorway. Colorway's cool, but yeah, it's a forget it. I don't really like the shoe itself.
Yeah.
But this is probably one of my favorite colorways I've seen of it. I like this one better than the one you bought. Just like that one was so loud.
Did you have like the fucking Miami shits?
He
They
had
look like
the
like
royal blue.
The royal blue.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
I gave them to David for Christmas. Our
old producer. Yeah.
producer and my ex-roommate.
Man, have I
He needs to
seen
start wearing those on
seen
stage.
him wear those? Yeah, I would love.
He put them on. They actually worked for him. Like I just and his feet they fit.
You want to know why?
And, like they worked.
I think I've said this before. David Kildall has big baseball fan energy.
Totally.
He looks
totally
like the guy
does.
who's like at the game with the headphones on, listening to the radio broadcast, and he's keeping his own stats.
Right. You know,
Like,
he's got
he
statistics.
would be keeping the stats.
Yeah.
He's a stats guy.
He loves that. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He's been keeping a running spreadsheet of our bowling league. It's amazing.
Very sick.
Like as soon as we got the first day, and you kind of have like a scorekeeper.
Yeah.
And I could tell David was just like, I
He's
have
like,
a
"That's
pencil.
me."
I
Yeah.
brought a pencil, and I'm like, I don't even
gets-
have a fucking pen. Can
Oh
you
yeah,
do
he
it,
gets
David?
he gets like the stats sheet that they put on
I
every
love it.
table, and he's like, yeah, baby.
As soon as he saw
I like
that,
the
he got
stats sheet
excited.
too, but he's on a different level.
That's
he
his,
is
that's his
that guy.
forte.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will say for me, well, let me talk about him real quick. There's a lot of incredible accents on this shoe. Okay, we talked about the swooshes. We talked about the 24 on the strap. One thing that we were talking about how that kind of looks like a New Balance on the inside. Well, that's because it says Nike in a raised. I can't remember what the term is, but across the strap, It's it's like the opposite of embossing. Like it puffs out.
Mm-hmm.
Very 90s. One thing that's wild to think about these is that like they are presumably a baseball shoe.
Like a baseball cleat.
Nobody's playing baseball in these things, but one, Ken Griffey Jr. is like fucking GOAT. Two, I think that these are a like a very old style 90s thing that works very well contemporarily with things like the Wave Runners and like the even the 5 like kind of soul, what do you want to call it, like peaks and valleys. This one's a little more bulbous, and I think one thing, maybe this is more for you, Nick, I think that these look good if you're wearing baggy pants. You cannot run these with some skinnies.
Yeah,
and
I can't wear these jeans and then those.
There's
look
people
goofy.
that go for that look. They have kind of like the tight-fitted sweatshirt, the skinnies, and then some big chunky fuck-off shoes. I think if you're wearing these, you need to dress like Wu-Tang circa 1994 and like and it goes with the look. You got to keep that strap undone. Like I think those are ways that you could style these that would be very fucking sick. It's gonna set you back $170. Did I say? I'm gonna say I like them a lot, but like I ain't buying them. And if I saw someone wearing these, I'd be like, oh, those are cool, but I would wonder why they went with these instead of like one of the kind of like 90s revival ones. Anyway,
I wore mine a couple. It's okay. Let's be honest. One time, and I like hated them.
Yeah.
I switched into my skate shoes that I keep in my car in the back.
All right, on to the last pair here, and this is a company that I've sung the praises of before. This is a collaboration with Bodega, which is like kind of a little design studio. They do a lot of shoe stuff. These are the Asics Gel MC Plus Bodega collaboration shoes. And before I throw it to y'all, I'm gonna say if we're talking about like the attention to detail on the on the Griffies, these things are kind of like swimming in details. So first and foremost, just a straightforward ASIC. It looks like if you're thinking of ASICs, that's what it looks like.
Yep.
Good color palette. It's plays with like a lot of not necessarily tropical colors like we were saying before. This is more of like a tropical ocean kind of thing. Lots of blues, lots of purples, some grays. The box is cool, and I think the silhouette is like not too puffy, not too sleek, and yeah, I'm flipping through some of the detail shots. I want both of y'all to get like a good encapsulation of these. It does have this interesting little purple like Bodega tag on the inside of the shoe. And then the last picture that I'm going to show up is it comes with this little like keychain, like a Bodega Asics keychain. Very like it just fits perfectly with the shoe. And then the sole is this kind of sunflower, like faded sunflower yellow, and some blue in the mid. So let me bring it back to the top, and I'll go with you, Bjorn. The Asics Gel MC Plus Bodegas.
Yeah, this looks like you work at a hospital in a very tropical area. Like it's a hospital It's like conservative. It's like wearing a crazy tie or something. I don't like these at all. There's no redeeming qualities. The box, I like the box. That
box
part's
is
cool. Keychain's not a fan. I'm not a fan of Asics in general. I don't know. For some reason, I'll be honest, they remind me of my aunt that's no longer with us. And maybe that's why I'm just like, no one else can wear Asics because Kathy rocked and she wore Asics gels. That's all the sneaker I was aware that she had. She rolled in comfort. It's too Dr. Scholl's to me. I don't know. I don't like it, but
forget it for Bjorn.
It's trying to go quick.
I will say these are totally just a basic running shoe, like a dad shoe Asics, kind of like a dad who's trying to get back into running, to lose the fucking beer belly, But I like that Bodega collabed with them and made a special version of basically a dad shoe, and for that reason, this is 100% a get it. I like it.
I like it.
For specifically because I'm a hype beast. And I like the idea of having a special version of a normal thing.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's the heat. It's the heat on this. Like
heat,
if these were
also,
just the Asics and they looked
was,
identical, you'd be like,
I'd be less interested for sure. But I do like the colorway. I like it has the same color palette as some of those New Balance 997s that they did, and I wanted those a lot. I didn't get them because they're like fucking $300 or $400, and I didn't get them on the drop. And so I was like, I'm not paying $300 for a pair of New Balance that were like $110. But these have some of those same colors, like the purple with the teal with the blue. Like, I love that color palette. And so I do. And that light yellow, I love that color.
That light yellow is fucking fire.
That's a great color of yellow.
Yes.
So this is a shoe that I would totally wear. And I'd be like, hey, yeah, I'm wearing Asics, but they're the special ones. I wouldn't tell anybody they're the special ones. I would just
You'd wait for somebody to ask, and you're like, yeah.
No, I wouldn't even. If they asked, I'd just be, yeah, they're Asics. They're the,
No, but if they were like, yo, those are bodegas, you'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be like, if you know, you know.
You're like, oh, these
are an if you know shoe. And I like that about them. And yeah, these are total get it for me.
Well, I like that about you because guess what? Not gonna come as a surprise. I think these are fucking sick. If they, first off, I fuck with Bodega heavy. Misery Elliott on Twitter is super funny. He's like one of the dudes that does design for him. And I think that like, one thing that we didn't really talk about, I skipped over it pretty fast. The insoles are like orange. You don't see that orange anywhere else on the shoe. I love Asics. I like them on court. I've owned multiple pairs of Asics. I think that they look cool. I think once you get over like the wrestling shoe stereotype, this to me is like when y'all remember when like dadcore, normcore was like a thing. This is like if someone was like, oh, so people are like actually open to wearing non-Nike, non-Adidas shit. Okay, well, let's make it like kind of cool. And for me, these are things that like I'm not expecting to like turn heads. I think maybe I'm with you on this a little bit, Nick. Like if people are into like a wider range of shoes, you do get some of that appeal. But I just think like the colors on this, like it's a cool mix of a bunch of different ones. I think Asics are just inherently busy as fuck shoes with all those stripes all over the place. And I think the way that they've applied colors on this one is really, really cool. I'd love to pack in kind of like, I don't know, jet ski like keychain.
Oh, that's what they should have done with these, like a little one. And it's like, and it floats. So if you drop your jet ski keys,
you're not going to lose them. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. They're not fucking crazy priced at $150. Would I pay that retail? No. But and maybe that's the thing. Like, I don't know what a pair of like Gel MCs runs normally.
Probably that. Aren't they like really good running shoes?
I know that Asics like high end volleyball shoes are like between like 120 and 140. So I wouldn't be surprised. And yeah, I don't know. I like them. I'm glad I'm not the only one. That is.
I kind of feel bad for the things that I said earlier about it. You guys made some really valid points.
We have to have conflicting views.
This isn't like debate club though. Like
we have to have conflicting views on the podcast. You didn't lose, Bjorn. You're always a winner.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
I just like that Nick and I, like Nick's just like, yo, like they're fucking cool because it's like a collab with like a cool brand, and I'm just like, they're cool because they look cool.
Yeah, I was just like, they're cool because they're special.
There's some other Bodega collabs, like they did a shoe with Billie Eilish.
Did
actually,
they?
Let me see if I can just and it's kind of fucking weird looking.
Yeah, I believe that.
I saw photos of it the other day. Let me see if I can pull them up real quick. In the meantime, talk about some things. You guys got anything to plug?
Oh man.
Oh yeah. I should plug.
Plug your comedy shows.
I've got this comedy show every week, Thursday nights at 8:00 at Neighbors Tap Room.
It's a good show. I did it.
Bangers Comedy.
My first set in 4 months. Fucking murdered.
You really did,
dude. I'm
really well.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't think you were going to, but I didn't expect you to make it hard for the next person to follow you, which was awesome. It's like
That's what I do, guys. That's what I do. I did another
you take
set
like
yesterday.
a 6-month break
did
and
like
then
medium. The set at your show is definitely better than the set last night. But set last night I didn't bomb. I just was kind of. I was also tired as fuck.
You didn't explode the room the way you did with mine, which was rad. It's a fun little show and a little
zinged
bar.
them a couple times. I also had a quick little 5-minute set, and I just kind of did a tight little, left on a laugh and called it a day.
I appreciate that you don't get mad that I was like, gave you 5 minutes. Like some people would be like, oh, is it all you think? It's like,
dude, I don't give a fuck.
Like,
I haven't done comedy in 4 months. I didn't have more than 5 minutes.
I think you're funny. Do you want to come do some time? And it's that's it.
I like a 5-minute set.
Yeah.
You don't have to, more than that. You're like, for me, it's like, I'm going to have to think.
Like prepare a little more.
And try.
Yeah.
And I don't like doing either of those things.
I keep preparing for my 5-minute sets at the show, and I keep doing like 8. I'm like, whoops.
Nah, I just go up and wing it.
But, I mean, I'm
always
worried.
I started it. My opening line really set me up for success enough that I used it a second time and it worked both times.
Did it?
Yeah, I literally just was like, I took some time. I haven't done stand-up in a few months. I've been too busy being happy. And honestly, that zinged them good. They started to laugh, and I was like, all right, we're set up for success.
It's kind of like that's like a comedy fan joke.
It is a comedy fan joke.
It is.
That's not like the bridge and tunnel, like, let's go have a fun night at the comedy. Like, we don't do this a lot. It's gonna
but
be
it
fun.
works, especially if you're not the first person on the lineup, because generally comics are like
miserable bastards.
Like,
this
is something that's terrible in my life.
Most of the funny things in the world are like, this sucks and this is dumb. And then like somebody comes up and they're like, I haven't done comedy because I've been happy.
Because I've been doing well emotionally.
I didn't have shit to whine about.
I love a positive, like sarcastic joke like that. Where
I do too.
It's like, it's funny. It's so like funny and cute and true. Like it's nice. And usually it's not. It's like, oh, the twist was it was way worse than I was expecting it.
Yeah. Usually people are like, I'm here because I took the night off of trying to kill myself.
No.
And you're like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
Like those guys, those comedians, they can eat shit.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, dude, don't add insult to injury. The poor fuckers.
I know.
Well, they
should go to a professional is what they should do.
Yeah. Or come to Bangers Comedy.
Yeah, right? That'll lift their spirits.
It'll lift their spirits.
That's a nice little bar. Yeah. Good vibe.
And then we've got Vibe Comedy. Thank you for segueing perfectly into my other one.
I did that on purpose.
Third Saturday.
No, I didn't. I didn't do that on purpose.
9:30, I believe.
Yeah,
where
it's Saturdays.
At Curious Comedy Club.
Once a month.
Yep.
Hit up Bjorn's somebody's Instagram. Hit up Vibe on Instagram, and it's in their thing.
We have our ticket
You got to buy
links.
tickets, but they're worth it because they get big deal, great headliners from out of town.
Yeah, we had Tommy Ryman.
Fancy people. They come in from out of town, come here on a plane.
Yep. So
to
fancy.
tell you jokes.
These damn cosmopolitan comedians.
They're fancy folks.
Coming to these small market towns, sucking up all the spots.
You got those You got those shoes?
They're actually Nikes. Oh God.
I saw those.
Those are
they're like a sex party.
Well, if you really hate
it looks like a weird Instagram.
Too.
Yeah. Oh, they've
got 10 Velcros and then they still have laces. That defeats the purpose of having 10 Velcros.
Again, with the pragmatism. Nick Scalzone, everybody.
It's so you can enter.
What? I've turned over a new leaf. I'm on a budget now. And when you're on a budget, you start thinking
Nick's
about
going to start telling people to pull their trousers up.
I will. Tighten your belt. I did it for myself by fucking eating too much and sitting down
Nick's
a lot.
going to come in wearing fucking suspenders next
week.
I
won't.
Yeah.
Because I'd have to go and buy those.
No, I got a few
I'm on a budget.
I'm into these. It's like if someone came into your house and they were like, "Do I have to take my shoes off?" and you're like, "Definitely," and they're like,
just start the movie. I'll be there in a minute.
Like I'll be there later. Like, and they're like, go to do the other part where you like loosen the laces and they all like flip back, and you're like, "No, I got a Velcro again."
These look very like angelic to me.
Hard to get in and out of.
They make sense. Billie Eilish shoe.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
So Nike's not things, and I think that person that I called out before does like some work for definitely for Bodega, maybe for Nike too. Anyway, doesn't fucking matter. Anything else before we get out of here?
No.
That'll do it.
All right, folks, that's episode 100, the centennial, here in the Size 10 studio with the Size 10 podcast. You can catch us on Wednesdays. Episodes come out, and you can catch us on all the platforms that you know. Video on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon. Any that I'm missing? It's been a while since I've done this. Audio on all the popular ones. If they push audio podcasts, we're probably on there. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Catch us on social media at Size 10 Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Any new ones?
No.
Mastodon?
No.
We're not going to yeet ourselves off Twitter because
we're not
Elon
on
Musk.
Mastodon.
I don't know.
What is Mastodon?
We're getting
It's
on
like
it.
some weird shit.
Cool.
Next week.
We'll get on Parler. I don't know. So follow us on social. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And feel free to send us some DMs. Let us know what you want to see on the show. Let us know what you liked. We got some good polls and things up on the Instagram account as well. So you can let us know if you want to get it or forget it. And we talked about the shows. We talked about everything else. That's going to do it for this episode here in the studio. Take it easy, folks. We'll see you next time.